Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Hit high, hit deep to left. Gilbert gonna wave goodbye. High into the bleachers it goes. And it's a 3-0 Guardians lead right out of the gate. That makes his knees feel better, I'll guarantee you that. Hard hit ball left field. Here comes Rocchio. They're gonna wave him home, he's gonna score. 6 RBI night for Joe Adell. Everybody moves up. Adell goes in the second.
Fly ball to right field. To the corner goes Fernando. At the wall, he leaps at Fernando! Yeah! Makes the grab!
In the sacrificial man.
Yelich to center. Julio is there, and he makes the catch. And Julio threw the ball into the seats. That was the second out.
Line drive, base hit center field. Here comes Kelly. Here's the throw to the plate. And Carson is in. And the Cubs take round 2. 4-3. They walk it off in the bottom of the ninth.
Boy, another wild night in baseball last night. Guardians got a win. How about our guy JoJo last night? 6 RBI, Guards win. You heard the Cubs walk-off win. What does that mean? The White Sox lost again. And here we go. Guardians are within 4.5 of the White Sox in the division. We'll get into all of it today. Welcome into the Sam Bourquin Show, everybody. AM 1310 WDPN. Phone lines are open, 330-821-1310. Don't forget the text as well at 330-944-5179. And, of course, the Q92 Radio YouTube channel is up and ready to go. Sam Bourquin here. Ryan Rainsberg is
Over here.
on the other side of the glass. We'll be with you until 6 o'clock tonight. Oh, it's going to be a fun show. Head coach of the Sandy Valley Cardinals, Torrance Carle, is waiting in the wings. Literally, we're going to go to coach here in about 30 seconds. AJ Sarbaugh is going to join us from Fairless at 5:35. Tomorrow, we will be doing the show live from Sandy Valley, getting you ready for our broadcast tomorrow night of the Cardinals and the Falcons. 3:10 tomorrow, right off the rip. We're going to talk to Kent McKinley, head football coach. Renzi Parnell will get the latest on the Bulldogs for this year. Drew Sarakman's going to join us tomorrow afternoon. We are loaded up here for the rest of the week. High school football tomorrow, plenty of high school football Friday, a couple of more Saturdays from now. Mount Union takes the stage. Walsh University is going to take the stage. The Buckeyes and, of course, the NFL will get underway September 13th on that Sunday afternoon, a couple of days before the kickoff game on Thursday. Lots of stuff to get into. Browns practicing today. We'll hear and check in with head coach Todd Monken as well. We'll get into the Sam Bourquin Show poll question of the day. Sammy's best bet on this day in sports history. We are loaded up today. But let's get right to the football and bring in the head football coach of the Sandy Valley Cardinals, Torrance Carle, kind enough to spend some time with us today as they get ready for their season opener tomorrow night against the Fairless Falcons, a game you can catch on our sister station Q92 and all across the Q92 Sports Network. Coach Carle, thanks for coming on today, my man. How you doing this afternoon?
Doing well. Thanks for having me, Sam. Also, good Guardians. I heard that earlier part.
That's right, man. You never know with that team. But a couple of days ago, I was ready to throw a blanket on them. Now I'm ready to go all in, and maybe they can get to make the playoffs. I don't know. Yeah. So I didn't get a chance to talk with you at the church. Our family was on vacation that week, but heard some good things about the progress of your team. I know you're trying to kind of regalvanize things a little bit there in Sandy Valley. You're taking over, trying to get your stamp on everything. How have things been going for you since you've taken over? And here we are, less than 24 hours almost from kicking off a brand new season.
Honestly, it's been so much fun to be here every day. we've a lot of things are changing around here. We've repainted the locker room. We've kind of retooled the coach's office. We're using a different logo and everything. But
Okay.
I know what I can say is that the administration has had my back in an immense amount, and I was lucky enough to come into a situation where the cupboard wasn't bare. Coach Gamble has run a great program here the entire time that he was here. And when he decided to leave, that being able to step into a situation where I don't have to worry about, does the program have this, and this, because it's well run. It was a well run program before that. It has helped out a lot. As far as the kids go, the kids have been outstanding. We've worked on our leadership academy with seniors, and they've added some select underclassmen into that as well. We've practiced hard all summer. Talking to a lot of the coaches around the county, we spent 4 days a week here in the weight room. That's for the first 6 weeks. And then it was 5 days a week after that. We're working on getting stronger. Then we do a little bit of, hey, this is some film study. This is what we're doing offensively. This is what we're doing defensively. And then it was taking it out on the field, working some, making sure that we could walk through things and understand what we were doing before we had to do it in full pads. Since August 1st has hit, we kind of slowly started out, and then we kind of picked up. And right now I feel like we've had real good practices this week. We had a real good scrimmage against Strasburg, where the kids came out and they fought. And, that's a team that beat us by 40 last year. And all of a sudden we're competing with them at a high level. And that's those are the things that you look for in growth of a program, where it's those teams that were beating you bad. Okay, now it's competitive.
Yep. That's kind of how I forget where I heard this from. I think it was I don't know if it was a college coach or an NFL coach that says the process is, okay, you're going to lose big, then you're going to shrink that down, then you're going to be competitive, then you're going to win small, then you're going to win big. It's the old, crawl before you walk kind of deal. It sounds like the kids and everybody on the staff and the community have been buying into what you're doing. Is that a fair assessment, Coach?
That's what it seems to be. We're doing great. We've run fundraisers that have been supported by the community. We're doing Feed the Team on Fridays, and Thursday this week, of course. Local community members have stepped up, and they've donated money, they've donated food. It's just you feel the community wrapping their arms around you, and it makes it so that you feel very welcome. And you try to teach the kids as this is happening, like, you don't know who's out there and who wants to support you. So you've always got to be showing the best version of yourself. And that kind of falls back into, the first team meeting we had, I brought up, everything we do matters. We're not going out there just to go out there. We're going out there with the purpose of becoming a better football team. We're becoming better leaders. We're becoming better teammates. And those are things that those kids are going to take well into their adult lives. There's not many jobs where you don't have to communicate. There's not many jobs where you don't have to work with someone. So with that being said, I'm looking to build as good a people as I can, because at the end of the day, they're going to be a father, a husband, a son, an employee a lot longer than they're going to be a football player, even if we had some guy that went to the NFL. So
Torrance Carle is our special guest, head coach of the Sandy Valley Cardinals, though hosting Fairless tomorrow night. We'll have the game, anxious and ready and excited to call that one for you tomorrow night on Q92 and all across our social media platforms. Obviously, being a grad of Minerva, the University of Mount Union, I imagine you've always kind of had that football going through your veins.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, mom and dad both kind of pounded into me quite a bit, where, we didn't miss football games when we were at Minerva. It's just, and that's from the time I'm 5 years old to the time I'm playing on Friday nights. You just don't miss football games at Minerva. And I was lucky enough to grow up in a football family where, I don't miss practices or anything like that. And I'm at every workout and that kind of stuff. And looking back on that now and seeing like the sacrifices that my parents made for me to be able to do that, like that is like, I can't thank them more than I already have, but I also can't thank them enough. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But yeah, and then you go to Mount Union, and I worked in the press box when I was at Mount Union with
Nice.
for Lenny Reich.
Nice.
Yeah, Lenny was a great dude, and
Yeah.
we worked. I worked stats with him, and you see good football, and you see more good football, and and you're from Northeast Ohio in the first place. It's kind of in your blood, and then I go down to North Carolina for a chunk of time, and it's just not the same down there. High school sports don't have that grip on the community and I was in a good community down there. Mebane, North Carolina loves the Eastern Alamance Eagles, but it still wasn't. It didn't feel like the pageantry that you see on a Friday night in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Coach, I hear that all the time, and even the places where it's quote unquote big, like Texas and Florida, some spots in Pennsylvania, and a couple of pockets in California. It's big, but you just don't have that buy-in and that support from top to bottom like you do around here. And I guess that's kind of what sets us apart, doesn't it?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. It's the fact that a town shuts down whenever we have a Friday night football game, or that's not even just a football game. That's basketball games too. That is high school sports in Northeast Ohio, where it's incredible to see it, because it kind of feels like this is the last place where high school sports are in their purest form, where yes, they're big, but also you go to some of those California schools, and it's kids that are bussed in from 40 minutes away, and they're not members of the community that you saw grow up from the time you're 5 years old, 6 years old, and you see how they grow, and how hey, I coach that kid in youth football or something like that.
So we begin tomorrow night, kickoff at 7:00 at your place. You got your quarterback back from a year ago, Liam Petty, threw over for 1,000 yards last year as a freshman, a handful of touchdowns. Always a huge part, Coach. I know I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You go as your quarterback goes on offense. Tell us about the young fella and how has he improved, and what do you look out of him for the first 5 weeks, and then maybe the next 5 weeks, and so on and so forth?
So I will say this about Liam. Liam is one of the best competitors that we have on this team. And anytime that your field general is a competitor, that usually works out, as well as it can for you. Does he get frustrated at times? Absolutely. But he's frustrated in himself. He's not frustrated at his teammates. He is constantly wanting to get better. And I'll say this, that doesn't just stick to football. He's a competitor in basketball. He's a competitor in baseball. And he just wants to be the best player. And sometimes he is so focused on perfection that he doesn't see the progress that gets made throughout it. I can tell you this, he is a quick learner and has picked up on the offense very quickly. I'm extremely fortunate to have him here, and he had a good foundation. Coach Gamble did a great job last year in setting that foundation for him to be. When
the school, you come off an 0-10 season, how quickly as a coach who's coming in, as like I mentioned, you want to put your stamp on things, you want to kind of do things your way, take a little bit from what was given to you, but kind of move forward. How do you approach keeping the vibes of a year ago? It's just like, hey, guys, wash it. It's gone. This is who we are now. How do you approach that?
Well, I approached it a little differently because I didn't get here till, late May. So with that being the case, it's on an abbreviated cycle where you're kind of getting through things. So there's time for the grief, but I'll tell you this, the kids, how do I want to say this? The kids understand what they didn't like about the 0-10 season.
Okay.
And knowing that, they use that to push forward. Instead of necessarily just saying, we're wiping it clean completely, it's, hey, we're not doing that again. And the fact of the matter is they put their own stamp on it where that's what we don't want to be. So I think that they're not lingering on it, but when it comes down to it, they're at a point where they're like, that's not happening to us our senior year. That's not happening again at Sandy Valley. And to see, their attitude shift whenever that does happen, it's pretty cool because, there's a refocus, there's everything that we can get out of them where they're making the most of what they do.
Head coach of the Sandy Valley Cardinals, Torrance Carle, our guest. They will take on Fairless tomorrow night. We'll have the game right on our sister station, FM 92.5, FM Q92. Coach, you mentioned the helmet. Is that the new helmet, the new swag behind you?
Yeah, we got it right here.
Nice, man.
Little script cards, and then
that.
A stripe down the middle. So.
I like that. I just am like, hey, wait a minute. That doesn't look like the old Sandy Valley helmet. All right. Looks pretty awesome, man. All right. Now,
kids actually put their so we put the stripe on Saturday, and then they put their cards on yesterday, actually. So
very nice.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to ask you before we go on, I appreciate you coming on. Thursday night high school football games. I know as coaches, you guys are wired. We'll play whoever, whenever. Just tell us when to show up.
Yeah.
What are your takes on Thursday night high school football?
So in North Carolina, if they had like a storm coming in on Friday, there'd be a lot of times where we would accelerate a game up to Thursday.
Okay.
It's not ideal, but at least with this first game being on Thursday, we knew it and we're able to kind of set that schedule from the beginning. We just adjusted. So our Monday practice we had on Saturday, our Tuesday practice we had on Monday, and so on. I would much rather have it in this situation than in a situation where it's hey, we've got to move it off this day.
Right.
So with that being said, I think it's cool because we get to we get to start out the year, and that's kind of the thing that you get to tell the kids is like, hey, we're the first football game in Ohio. That's a big deal. Unless someone's going at 6:30 ahead of us, like, but
you never know. But yeah. I get it.
But it's there's it's not many games that are, hey, we're playing at 7:00 on Thursday, and you get a chance to start it out.
Yeah.
It's a neat experience. I'll say that.
So before I let you roll, so what will the routine be for you guys tomorrow as far as the breakfast table? And I don't know if you guys started class yet or not down there. A little walkthrough. What's that look like tomorrow as you get ready?
So we started we started class yesterday.
Okay.
The kids will come in. They get we're lucky at Sandy Valley. We get free breakfast. So they will get their own breakfast. They'll go through the regular school day. When they get out of school, we feed them. Coach Wallace, who's one of the middle school coaches, his mom is providing team meal this week, and we couldn't be happier. Cheerleaders come down to eat too, so it's kind of a community type affair. And I even forgot about tonight. Tonight we're having a family dinner in the park where every player's family is included, every coach's family is included, and it's just that last time to get together before the season starts.
Nice.
Then tomorrow we'll go through meetings where we'll make sure we go through special teams, each of our special teams, to make sure that, like, hey, I know I'm on my special team, all that kind of stuff. You go your offense meeting, your defense meeting. I don't typically do a walkthrough. We'll do like a relaxation type thing at that point. We're big in band stretching too, so we'll get them into and we're so incredibly blessed to have a wellness center over here where our locker room is, that we can go into the gym and have enough room to do all this kind of stuff without needing to go out whenever it's 80 degrees.
Nice. So
we'll do our band stretches, that kind of stuff. We'll get taped. We'll go out about an hour and a half before the game starts, and then we'll just we went through our pregame routine last week for our scrimmage, and then we kick off at 7, and we're going to put our best foot forward. And I couldn't be more happy with the last 2 days of practice that we've had, and the attitudes the kids have. If we go out and we play how we think we can, we're going to put ourselves in a situation where we can win the game.
Sounds like a plan. Coach, it sounds like things are slowly but surely coming together for you. Sounds like you're on point. We can't wait to come down and broadcast your game tomorrow night at your place. Best of luck, and maybe we'll check you out on the field tomorrow before kickoff, okay?
I appreciate it, Sam, and I just want to say thank you guys for all you do for high school sports. This is this kind of media coverage that we get in Stark County, that doesn't happen anywhere else.
Yeah. Hey, we love what we do too, Coach. Believe me, we do it for the love, just like you all. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks again for coming on.
See you. Appreciate it.
You got it. There he goes, Torrance Carle, the new head football coach at Sandy Valley. The Cardinals, with those brand new helmets, going to take on the Fairless Falcons tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at Sandy Valley. Get there if you can. If you can't, we've got it for you on Q92 and our Q92 Sports Network. All right. That was fun. First time. I think that's the first time I've talked to Coach since he got hired. That was pretty awesome. All right. Very quick break. We'll come back and kind of reset the table for you, and then we'll get you into the news, and we'll get it rolling on 1310.
AWP Safety, North America's leading traffic safety company, is hiring traffic control flaggers, and they need you. Join AWP as a protector for steady work and an important job keeping people safe. They offer paid training, certification, referral bonuses, and advancement opportunities. To apply, visit jobs.awpsafety.com. That's jobs.awpsafety.com.
Most pests hide in the shadows, just out of sight. But even as they go unnoticed, they can still put our health at risk. Often drawn to food, moisture, and clutter, pests can spread dangerous bacteria, trigger allergies, and also transmit diseases. In our homes, our workplaces, and even outdoors, pests are a serious health and safety threat. Knowing what to look for can help protect your health. Learn more at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
All right, thanks to the head coach of the Sandy Valley Cardinals, Torrance Carle, for joining us here on the show. We'll get the Fairless perspective at 5:35 today. AJ Sarbaugh, head coach of the Falcons, Ring of Fire. He'll be joining us coming up a little bit later on today. We get the news and weather at the bottom of the hour. David Fry has been recalled by the Cleveland Guardians. Reese Hoskins has been put on the 10-day injured list. Sam Bourquin Show poll question of the day. Let's get that out there to you real quick before we get to the bottom of the hour break. Our poll question, I kind of alluded to it with Coach Carle a little bit. What is your opinion on high school football games played on Thursday nights? That's our poll question of the day. Get your comments in the Q92 Radio YouTube channel in the chat. You can also ring us at 330-821-1310 or get your comments on any of our social media platforms. Poll question today. What are your thoughts? What's your opinion on Thursday night high school football games? That is our poll question of the day. Okay, news and weather coming up next, and we'll come back.
Now, the latest area news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 3:30. Newly released information shows a former top official with the FDA was warning Dr. Anthony Fauci of potential COVID vaccine side effects in May 2021. Dr. Janet Woodcock wrote to Fauci and Francis Collins, former director of the National Institutes of Health, that she was receiving reports from people, including healthcare professionals, of health issues coming after vaccinations. Fauci suggested consulting Rachel Walensky, the director of the CDC. The release from Senators Ron Johnson and Rand Paul said it was not clear whether Walensky was ever asked about Woodcock's concern. At the time of the email, there were over 440,000 worldwide adverse events and 8,600 deaths associated with the COVID vaccine, reported to VAERS, with 39% occurring within 2 days of injection. Man who received the Outstanding Refugee Award for Entrepreneurship by the Minnesota Department of Human Services has been charged over an alleged Medicaid fraud scheme. Democratic Attorney General Keith Ellison announced Monday his fraud control unit had charged 2 men for allegedly stealing more than $1.5 million. Salman Ahmed Elmi was charged with 8 felony theft offenses linked to a company allegedly billing over $1 million in Medicaid-funded services either never provided or ineligible for reimbursement. Elmi and other co-conspirators allegedly fabricated documents in order to acquire Medicaid reimbursement. told employees to pay recipients kickbacks in exchange for permission to utilize their personal information in support of the false claims. State Representative Angie Nixon upset Alexander Vindman in Florida's Democrat Senate primary Tuesday night. Nixon, who ran to the left of Vindman, defeated the fired National Security Council aide by 56 to 44%. In recent months, Nixon had said she joined the Democratic Socialists of America, aiming to defeat Vindman following the success of the organization in New York, Colorado, and Michigan. Florida Representative Corey Mills fell to local newscaster Ryan Elijah in Tuesday evening's Republican primary for the 7th Congressional District. As of 9 p.m., Elijah had 47% of the vote to Mills' 34%. Mills faces multiple investigations, including a House Ethics Committee probe into accusations of sexual misconduct and campaign finance violations, and a Department of Justice probe into his finances. The United Arab Emirates has suspended all trade with Iran after it said it had come under renewed fire from the country. The country already suffering under U.S. sanctions and a blockade. Incoming ballistic missile fire for the first time in weeks triggered nationwide warnings Tuesday night for UAE residents to seek shelter. Early in the conflict, the UAE regularly came under intense fire from Iran, and most trade ground to a halt. 79 degrees at 3:33 for WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Here's Mark Johnson's forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
78 warm degrees for your Wednesday. A lot of clouds, maybe a few breaks in the overcast here and there with a couple of thunderstorms rumbling by late afternoon into the evening. Overnight thunder ending after midnight. Cloudy skies, our low 62. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
Off yet. It's only in your head to feel left out.
1310 WDPN. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. Fairless Sandy Valley tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on Q92. Friday night on Q92, Kent McKinley will host Warren Harding. Christian will have the call tomorrow night here on 1310. I'm sorry, Friday night on 1310 WDPN, as Alliance will be on the road at Northwest. We got 2 games for you tomorrow. Sandy Valley, Fairless, Jackson, Chardon. And then Friday we will have coverage of 7 games for you. So we're giving you 9 games. Full play-by-play, full everything. The first weekend of the high school football season. Make sure you check us out. AM 1310 WDPN, Facebook, X, and of course Q92, Q92 Radio, the Q92 Sports Network, and the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. High school football is here.
Okay, so I'm dying to know. What are the big sports brands around here saying about Alliance this year? You gonna have a good year?
They lost a lot of kids.
That's what I thought.
Graduation.
Okay.
A lot of kids. Unfortunately, they had a pretty untimely injury this year to one of their studs. But they think he's gonna be back, just not sure when. I don't even know if I could quantify it and give you like a record prediction for Alliance, because they just, they lost a lot of seniors, and
I thought their star quarterback was a senior last year.
Well, yeah, when you lose J.R. Jackson, man, that's
I thought he was a senior.
That's a lot. So,
hate to see it.
But Coach Goodman will have them going. They'll be fine. It might take them a little bit to get going, but I think a good opener for them against Northwest. I think it's going to be one of the better games around the area Friday night, and you can catch it here on AM 1310 WDPN. I hate to see, and it's already happened with 3 teams that I know of that have lost really good players already. Due to injury, and it either happened in practice or it happened in a scrimmage. And I'm not saying what team and who and what player. It's not fair, but I hate to see that happen, because you work so hard to get ready for the year, and you're kind of back in the groove, and coaches are working on, okay, here's what we're going to do, and here's how we're going to line up on offense and defense. And I know I got player X over here. I got player A over here. and then all of a sudden something happens because of an injury and you lose that player. And it kind of stinks for everybody, but hopefully the young fellows that have been injured early can work through those and get back and be able to participate and obviously help their football teams coming up here for this brand new high school football season. We're excited as heck, man. I can't wait to see how this plays out. Jackson, Chardon tomorrow night, Sandy Valley, Fairless tomorrow night, a couple of big games there. And then, of course, a host of games on Friday night. And there's also this. It's the first game. And I've never been a head football coach, but I would almost take the outlook of, I don't care how we win. I don't care. I just want to win that first game because it's so important for morale. And I know, oh, geez, we're 0-1. No, it's not. The season's not over. I mean, especially if everybody makes the playoffs pretty much. But you want to get off to a good start. Even if it's an ugly win, it's a win. And it's easier to kind of, go back in onto the practice field or into the film room or your meeting room with your assistant coaches, and they may come down on you a little bit. Hey, we don't do it that way here, or you got to get better here. But you can always take solace in, hey, at least we got the win. Now, if your coaches tell you got to do better in certain areas, you better get better. And obviously, the one thing that I have always been told by coaches, and it still holds true to this day, at the high school level, I don't know about college and pro, but at the high school level, you will see your biggest improvement between weeks 1 and week 2. Not to say that you don't see it weeks 3 through 10, but usually by rule, the coaches will say between week 1 and 2 is where we will see the most improvement. And I'm telling you, and the coaches probably feel the same way too. They may not portray it to the kids like, hey, we can't let them know that we're happy we got the win. You just want to get a win. You just want to start off the year with a win. And it helps. It's good for the school. It's good for the kids walking down the hall. It's good for when they go home to their parents or their siblings. It's a win. A win is a win is a win, right? And there are ugly wins, but a win is a win is a win. And that's how you want to kind of start the season. And I'm anxious to see how things go tomorrow night. Kind of got my eye on Jackson here a little bit. I think Jackson, if they stay healthy, I think they could have a pretty nice season. Now, there's a difference. And I had this conversation with, I forget who it was here at the station yesterday. There is a difference between having a good year and a long run in the playoffs. Huge difference. I think this could be the year where Jackson finally plays, I'm going to say maybe into week 3 of the playoffs. I could see them getting their first. Look, they got to get there first. I understand that. But I think Coach Rohr has got things going to the point now where I think it's expected. I think some folks are they're probably tired of, hey, we had a good year. We won a playoff game. Super. Now, that's not going to cut it anymore. I know that's how Coach Rohr is. And I think this might be a little of a breakout year for him. Carter Mullerman, quarterback who got a lot of time last year because he had to fill in for Lucas Eckerman. And I really liked the way he played. And I think Jackson's going to be a dangerous team. Now, Chardon's a tough opener. You got to go up there. They have a lot of tradition there. But they're kind of going through a little bit of a slide. Mitch Hewitt stepped down. He was there for, I think almost 15 years. Again, they won a couple of titles. They played them down here in Stark County. So yeah, tough game, tough road game. I think Jackson wins tomorrow night. I do. And I think Jackson's going to have a nice year. Well, we'll see. But it's fun. It's fun to think about what could happen here because, as we mentioned yesterday, and obviously days and weeks before, the regular season goes so fast. You don't really even get a chance during the year to say, hey, that's when it changed. That's when it turned. That was the game where it all kind of turned around for us because you're in that bubble. You're in that season. It's tunnel vision or nothing. And you don't really get to sit back and take a look and say, oh, okay, well, that's how that came to be. Okay. All right. So, yeah. But for our perspective, from the media and the fans and everything, I'm excited to watch how things play out this year. I think, obviously, Maslin kind of has set itself apart from everybody else. McKinley, if they can get quality quarterback play, I think could be dangerous. Coaches in their second year usually see, look, McKinley had a nice year last year. Couldn't get over that hump, right, in the playoffs. But I think Renzi Parnell in his second year, guys know what to expect. They got some talent. I think defensively they're going to be really good. I think McKinley's defense is going to be very good. It's just, can the quarterback get the ball to the wide receivers who are really, really good? So we'll be watching that. Of course, we'll have McKinley and Warren Harding Friday night on Q92. But there are some teams this year that why the football is shaped. It's oblong. It's differently shaped than most. It ain't like a basketball. It's not like a baseball or a volleyball. Funny things happen. Funny things happen with their football. And a bounce here, a break there, you never know. You never know what could happen. If teams stay healthy, and I mean healthy like no injuries, you're going to get bumps and bruises, but nothing crazy. And the confidence just builds, week 3, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 9, week 10. You start peaking at the right time. If you do have some guys that are out early, maybe you're going to get them back by then. You kind of work them in. You never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. We all think we know what's going to happen. Like, I've already got Jackson going into the third round of the playoffs already. But I don't know. It's just a gut feeling that I have. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to go to the stadiums. It's going to be fun to talk to you all during the football season, to interact with you during the games, interact with you on the show, on all of our social media platforms, talking to the coaches, watching the kids play, seeing the depth on the teams. If somebody, unfortunately, would happen to go down, do you have that resolve? Okay, so the one goes out. Can the two come in and kind of take his place and keep it going? A lot of variables in high school football, and I'm so glad. I love what Coach Carle said from Sandy Valley, that it's still, especially around our area, it's still the purest form. Now, there have been some changes with NIL and stuff, but it's still high school football. It's still in its purest form. And you just ask, did the kids work hard? You ask if they play hard, did they give what they can give? They're looking up to the coaches to coach them up. If you got to be a little hard on them, so be it. Football's not an easy game. Former head coach of Canton Central Catholic, Lowell Kleinfeld, one of the greatest to ever do it. He said, football is a special game for special people. And that rings so true. It's not easy. Football's not easy. It's full of pain. It's blood, it's sweat, it's tears, it's getting up when you get knocked on your can. It's rebounding from adversity. It's helping other guys out on your team. If you see they need a little nudge, give it to them. They need a little pat on the shoulder, give it to them. They need a hug, give it to them. They need a high five, give it to them. Special game. Still a great. It's one of the greatest games. Some will say it is the greatest game. Most will tell you, and I would agree, football, the sport of football teaches you the most about life. And it's nothing against basketball, baseball, hockey, anything like that. But football you kind of find out what you got. You find out who you want to get in the foxhole with. Who's going to be there when times are tough. That teaches you a lot. It teaches you an awful lot. 330-821-1310 is our number. 330-821-1310. Your comments, get them cooking here in the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. I was just scrolling along a couple of minutes before we came on the air today. Holy cow. The new scoreboard at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium in Massillon. For the love of Rainsburg, look at this. This is in the end zone. Now, they're doing construction over there. Obviously, they're putting in a new coaches' offices, I think locker room, all kind of stuff at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. If you're sitting on the home side and you look to the right, that end zone there, that's where all the construction and all the stuff is going on. So that's where the scoreboard used to be. They have moved it to the other end zone, okay, at the other end of the field. Look at that scoreboard, Rainsburg. For high school.
Holy crap.
Look at that.
That looks like a MLB scoreboard.
Oh.
That's awesome.
It's like, I'm going to screenshot this and give it to you. At some point today, you could throw it up on the screen so people can look at it. I mean, that looks just so nice. So nice. And if you're going to Tiger games this year, boy, are you in for a treat, because that is absolutely magnificent. All right, we are going to step away. We're coming up on 10 minutes till the top of the hour. 330-821-1310. Text line is open. You can get in right now on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We'll take a break. When we get back, we'll get into the Guardians. Folks, they're 4.5 out of first place. And if the White Sox lose again to the Cubs tonight, which they could, and the Guardians beat the Giants again tonight, which they should, they'll be 3.5 out. What if? We'll take a break and come back. Stay with us.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Music and intelligence for your life.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
I'm John Tesh, and we couldn't be happier about bringing you intelligence for your life every day. We have a room full of researchers gathering the information and ideas you need to make your life simpler and better, and to make you the smartest person in the room. Join me for Music and Intelligence for Your Life, 10 to 3, Monday through Saturday, only on AM 1310 WDPN.
You heard it on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Hi, I'm Kristen Bell. As a mom, I want my kids to have full bellies, big dreams, and all the energy in the world to chase them. That is what I want for all kids. But right now, millions of kids in America are living with hunger. That means too many children are going without the meals they need to thrive. And that's just not okay. But the good news is this is a problem that we can all solve. No Kid Hungry works every day in schools, in communities, and during the summertime to make sure kids have healthy meals all year round. That's why I support No Kid Hungry. So let's do this. Let's give all the kids the chance to grow up healthy and strong.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
How's Tommy doing now?
Much better.
You said it was asthma?
Yeah, he started with this cough and then he was wheezing.
That's terrifying.
Doctor said hidden triggers can make it worse. Things like dust, mold, and even pests.
Pests?
Yeah, droppings and allergens from cockroaches and rodents can seriously impact children with asthma or allergies.
I had no idea.
We're making sure our home stays pest-free.
Don't let pests put your family's health at risk. Visit pestworld.org to learn more. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Get down, 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 get down.
1310 WDPN. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. 330-821-1310. Get in. Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We got the chat going. Got a text from Scooter last night, which was ironic because I was doing the same thing. He said, Sam, my grass was so high. I mowed the whole yard on 5, which is the highest setting on his tractor. Now, Scooter uses a tractor. I do a walk-behind mower. But anyway, he says, I came in, ate dinner, I went back out at 6:15 and just finished the whole thing a second time on level 4, his normal setting. Now, while he was texting this, I was mowing our yard, and I told you about what a fiasco that was going to be. So I was mowing last night. I got done at 8:44. Well, Sam, wasn't it practically dark at 8:44? Yes.
I'd say it was dark at 8.
Yeah, it was dark. That's when I got done blowing the grass and stuff off the driveway in the sidewalk.
Well, then how do you know you were done or not?
But here's the other kicker. They one of the companies, I don't know who it is. I think it's AT&T. They're bringing in Wi-Fi. They're making their new product. I think it's they're going away from the wire stuff. What do they call it?
The fiber stuff?
Yes. Okay. So they're bringing the fiber option into our allotment in our neighborhood. So they've got paint everywhere on the grass, on the street. They've got those flags everywhere. Well, they had flags they are littered in everybody's yard, all the way up from the top up to the mountain. And I'm like, well, what's the protocol here?
Yeah, so what'd you do with them?
Am I even allowed to mow? Can I take the flags out and then put them back where the paint is on the grass? I wasn't sure. So I get home last night and I see that my neighbor had mowed. I'm like, well, I must be okay to mow. So that's what I did. And I took the flags out and I just kind of moved them off a little bit, and then I would mow, then I would go back and put them back. Well, that took extra time. So that's why it was dark when I finally finished mowing the yard last night. And I, too, on my mower, I had to set it on level 7, which is the highest. Because you got to remember, we were gone all last week. We had all that rain, and I didn't get to mow it before we left. So it was out of control. Out of control. Now, I really need to go mow it again tonight. I might. If I don't do it tonight, I'm going to do it tomorrow. But you would never know that I mowed it because who's this guy? Oh, my God. Come here, man. I'm on the air. Come on in. What's going on, brother? Matt Carle just wandered into the studio. You want to jump on real quick? Are you taking the tour with Senor Peter? Okay, you want to bring him in? This will be about 2 minutes because we got the news coming up. But Matt is a part of one of our stream crews, bringing you high school football this year on the Q92 Radio Sports Network. Does a great job. He's very active on social media.
Oh, thank
got
you.
a lot of stuff going on. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you. I'm
to
sorry
see you
that
too.
I had to come in real quick and unrip it, but hey, I know live radio, it's crazy, but no, thanks for having me on for a little bit. I appreciate
Good.
it.
I was just talking about mowing our yard, so it's not a big,
good.
it's not a big deal.
Real important things. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how excited are you to get going here in 2026? You guys have a great schedule coming up.
Yeah.
You got a great crew, and I know you love doing high school football.
Oh my gosh, I'm pumped. It's the best. I feel like this is, and to do it in this area in Stark County, I mean, I'd put it up there with high school football in Texas, Florida, California. It's some of the best in the country.
No doubt.
And yeah, I'm just so blessed that we get to do it here again. It's 10th anniversary season. And not only just the high school stuff, but what we're doing with, Mount Union and now Walsh getting in the mix.
Mhm.
It's great. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And we hope you guys can tune in throughout the year.
No doubt. So what gets you most excited about this time of year, knowing that tomorrow night we're actually going to put the ball on the tee for a couple of games? Friday's going to be mega. We got 7 big games we're going to be covering. But when do you start getting the itch to put the headsets on and get up there and start talking about football again?
The Monday before week 1, when we get the rosters in,
okay,
and we make the boards and all that stuff, and we're getting ready to prep, then it's real. And then all of a sudden you're starting to think in the back of your head, like, okay, now I call it the fastest 10 weeks of the year. I know you've done this for so long,
Yeah.
and it's just such a fun time. And this is really when our communities show out in the best ways. And yeah, like I said earlier, I just can't wait. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite broadcast, a favorite game that you've done in your career? Anything stick out?
I do. My first year doing this was in 2021. And I filled in on this station on DPN, and it was West Branch and Salem.
Ooh, okay.
And Drew DeShields, who's now the quarterback at Kent State, was on
yeah.
West Branch. I think it was his junior, maybe senior year, but it was 43-42 in overtime.
Oh, wow.
I forget the kid's name on Salem, but it's Ron Johnson's kid, and it was just a real back-and-forth offensive shootout. Ended up going to overtime, and it was 42-41 Salem in front. And West Branch decided to go for 2. They just scored a touchdown. And DeShields called his own number and ran it in himself to win it. And that was just awesome.
That's,
An instant classic between 2 great rivals. I mean, that's what you love to see.
Yeah, you got to enjoy those too, because you don't get a lot of those.
No,
you know what I mean?
don't.
Like, we get some great games, but in overtime and to call your own number and to do a walk-off by 1 in a great game, you got to cherish those, and I know you do that. Just a quick thought. I got about 30 seconds.
Sure.
What are you most looking forward to with this year, with maybe your schedule or maybe a team or two you got your eye on?
I love the fact that I'm getting a lot of EBC this year, especially I think I have Alliance like 3 weeks in a row.
Oh, good.
And Tim Goodman, the head coach over there, he was actually my math teacher in high school for like 3 years. So it's a really neat connection in terms of that. It's great to catch up with him. But the Aviators are a fun team, as I'm sure you know from calling a bunch of their games last year. And I'm really interested to see how they respond. It's going to be fascinating to see how they come back with the loss of J.R. Jackson. But it's going to be an interesting team to watch. I can't wait.
They're going to be fun. Matt Carle, one of our play-by-play teams on the Q92 Sports Network. Check him out each and every Friday night during the high school football season. Matt, good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, Sam. Thanks. Appreciate
All
it.
right. News and weather coming up next right here on the Sam Bourquin Show, 1310 WDPN.
An Alliance tradition for over half a century. You can always count on WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In Massachusetts, the jury in the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy was sent home for the day due to what the judge described as an unforeseen circumstance. The mother is charged in the killing of her 3 children in 2023. Defense attorneys claim Clancy did not receive proper medical treatment for postpartum psychosis. ABC's Peter Haralambous has more.
A bit of a surprise. The jury actually was just sent back for lunch. As they got back from that break, they were told they were actually going to go home for the day. The judge really not providing many details. He said this was unavoidable. He also told the jury not to speculate about what this is.
A new round of tariffs set to take effect on Canadian goods, now on hold for 3 days. President Trump says so the U.S. and Canada can continue talks on a trade deal. Power in the city of Griffith, Indiana, remains out in many areas due to storms. The utility company says it is working to restore all power by by the end of the week, and extreme heat the concern across much of the south and western states. This is ABC News.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ah. If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Clint Marshall on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:02. Case against 2 suspects in a Canton double homicide headed to a grand jury. Darrell Washington and Eric Lamar of Canton waived preliminary hearings Tuesday in municipal court. Washington charged with aggravated murder, while Lamar faces aggravated arson, tampering with evidence, and obstructing official business. Case involves the August 9th shooting deaths of Katina Spells and Courtney Yeager. Melissa Terrell and Emily Ryder of Canton were arraigned today. Terrell was given $200,000 bond and faced charges including aggravated arson and tampering with evidence. Ryder was given a $50,000 bond and faces an obstructing justice charge. Both returned to court Friday. The Ohio Parole Board will make a recommendation Tuesday on whether death row inmate Tyrone Noling should receive clemency. The Akron Beacon Journal reports that follows a claim from a former teenage witness who once testified against the Alliance man. Butch Wolcott was 14 when he testified in Noling's trial for the 1990 murders of an Atwater Township couple. Tuesday, Wolcott said he was coerced into lying, and he and the other teens had nothing to do with the killings. Noling has maintained his innocence. Sentencing will be September 24th for 2 Canton police officers who pleaded guilty to lesser misdemeanor charges. Bo Shonegi pleaded guilty to dereliction of duty August 10th in common pleas court, while Camden Birch pleaded guilty the same day to failure to report a crime. Pleas came as jury selection was beginning in their felony reckless homicide trial over the April 2024 death of Frank Tyson. The plea deal requires both officers resign. Alliance Police Sergeant Ethan Griffith has resigned. He had been with the department since 2022 and had been on unpaid administrative leave following his July arrest on a charge of endangering children involving the 4-year-old son of his fiancée. In July, he was given 1 year of probation, a 1-year license suspension, and a $715 fine in Austintown for fleeing the scene of a crash in June. His resignation was submitted Tuesday before further disciplinary action could be taken. A proposed data center in Canton drawing concerns from area residents. Project Shelby is a more than 320 megawatt facility planned for the former Ford property south of Georgetown Road Northeast. Developer Panattoni says construction could begin within 6 to 10 months and create about 670 jobs. Residents raised concerns at a recent community meeting about noise, water use, the electric grid, environmental impacts, and property values. Jackson Township Police investigating a string of vandalism targeting flock license plate cameras. 2 cameras on Strip Avenue Northwest were cut down Friday. Police say 4 others were also damaged in recent weeks, including on Fulton Drive, Wales Avenue, and at Home Depot. North Canton police are investigating a similar case on Apple Grove Street Northwest. No arrests have been announced. The Alliance School District making more than $400,000 in equipment purchases for Parkway Preschool. The Board of Education approved a boiler for nearly $162,000 and a chiller for about $256,000. Both purchases were made from Gardner Building Technology Partners. The board also approved an agreement with Starr County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery for the upcoming school year. Louisville City Council learned Tuesday income tax revenues have declined. WDPN's David Schurer reports.
As of July 31st, the city has collected $4.2 million compared with 2025 levels of $4,258,000, which is down 1.2%. Both withholding and individual quarterly payments show increases of 0.08% and 9.1% respectively, while corporate net profit shows a decline of 49.8% or $200,000 under the 2025 levels. Mayor's Court meanwhile shows $65,000 in revenue as of July 31st, compared with $38,700 in 2025.
The Highway Patrol says a 2-month-old was flown to a hospital after being ejected in a rollover crash on I-77 in Tuscarawas County Tuesday morning. The car went off the northbound lanes around 8:10, hit a fence and utility box, then overturned south of Route 250. Troopers say the infant was not properly secured in a car seat. The driver and another passenger were also taken to a hospital. An investigation continues. The state fire marshal is investigating the cause of a fatal house fire in East Liverpool. Firefighters found a man dead inside the home in the 2000 block of Ohio Avenue after the blaze broke out around 2 Tuesday morning. The 2-story house collapsed during the fire. An excavator was used to recover the victim. The victim's name has not been released. Grenade training set for Thursday at Camp James Garfield in Portage and Trumbull counties. The Ohio Army National Guard says residents and businesses near the base could hear louder than normal explosions. Intermittent blasts and gunfire are expected through the annual training season, which typically runs through September. 80 degrees at 4:07. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Meteorologist Mark Johnson has the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Might need the umbrella by late afternoon into the evening for a couple of thunder showers rumbling by. Otherwise, a mainly cloudy sky, warming you up to 78 degrees for the high. Overnight, some widely scattered thunder showers ending after midnight with a low of 62. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Hit high, hit deep to left. Gilbert gonna wave goodbye. High into the bleachers it goes. And it's a 3-0 Guardians lead right out of the gate. That makes his knees feel better, I'll guarantee you that. Hit ball left field. Here comes Rocchio. They're going to wave him home. He's going to score. 6 RBI night for Joe Adell. Everybody moves up. Adell goes in the second.
Fly ball to right field. To the corner goes Fernando. At the wall, he lifts it. Fernando! Yeah! Makes the grab!
Been the sacrificial man.
Yelich to center. Julio is there, and he makes the catch. And Julio threw the ball into the seats. Julio threw the ball into the seats. That was the second out.
Line drive, base hit center field. Here comes Kelly. Here's the throw to the plate. And Carson is in. And the Cubs take round 2. 4-3. They walk it off in the bottom of the ninth.
Thank you, Chicago Cubs. The second night in a row. They have taken care of the White Sox. Meanwhile, the Guardians with a win last night over San Francisco. Cleveland now 4.5 out in first, still battling for that wild card spot. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show, everybody. AM 1310, WDPN. Phone lines are open, 330-821-1310. You can get your comments in right now in the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Where's all our YouTube folks at today?
I don't know. Nobody's commenting today.
What are you guys doing?
Come say hello at least. Good Lord. We're here.
What are you doing? Enjoying the sun?
Yeah, are you outside?
What are you doing?
Stop that.
What are you doing? Working?
Yeah, something lame. Enjoying the weather?
Hey,
Jeez.
whenever you get around to it, we are here for you. Our poll question of the day: what is your opinion on high school football games being played on Thursday nights? Get your comments in. Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook and, of course, the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. That's our poll question. What do you think? Good, bad, don't care? Your thoughts on high school football games being played on Thursday nights? That is our poll question here on 1310 WDPN. Wayne says, I don't like it. Takes away from the other sports. Hard to have success in the classroom on Friday. Need to keep Friday football. Doug says it is what it is. Toledo Central Catholic is playing a Thursday night game next week. They also have a Saturday game on October the 3rd. Tracy says, not a fan. High school football should be on Fridays. Michael Lanzo says, I prefer Friday nights, but I didn't mind the occasional Thursday game. Sucks for the kids who have to go back to school the next day. Jamie says, Thursday is for freshman football. Mike says, not a big deal. Only a couple of games around here that are week one. Those teams are center of attention, media coverage-wise as well. Jim Bob Gardner says, nope, don't like it. Stick with Friday. Beth says, no, keep it on Friday. Chris says, I kind of like the idea. Go Polar Bears. Smooter, hope you're doing well. George says, I'm okay with an occasional Thursday night game, but don't really like them after the first couple of weeks of the season. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't mind it the first week, but I don't want Thursday night games during the regular season.
Yeah, no, I think it's kind of cool for the first week. You kind of get like the Hall of Fame game kind of thing where you have a few preview games, get everybody warmed up, and then Friday nights just bam.
Yeah, sorry, Sam, I was out cutting the grass. Stripes look fantastic.
Scooter says he's on the phone with his cronies.
Wow, okay.
We also got our very own Ryan Keller checking in just to let us know he's here and outside.
All right. See, everybody's doing things.
They want to rub it in.
Like life has taken over.
Right.
And we understand that. I should go mow tonight. I should go back to back. I should take the blade down to 6 and then probably take it down to 5 maybe over the weekend. We'll see. We'll see. I'm a little angry. I didn't get my swimming in last night because I went home and mowed instead, which I still got some good exercise, but I get in that routine. I'm getting old and curmudgeon-y now. I don't like my routines upset. So that happened last night.
Well, I think I can empathize with that because every time my routine gets upset, it makes it so much harder to get back into it, even if it's just like a day.
Yeah. And I go every day. I go to the Y during the week, I go every night. Now, once football starts, then I'm going to have to redo things a little bit. I will be going to the Y before I go to the stadium to do the show and do the game because I won't be able to go after. Unless somebody at the North Canton Y is okay if they just kind of let me in at like 11 o'clock at night. Will you open the pool up for me? in the sauna and all that. Will you keep that open for me?
You got to get in good with the security guard.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to switch some stuff around there. But yeah, Thursday night football, I guess I'm okay with it for like the opening week. Like tomorrow night, there's 2 games. And they get to kind of stand alone a little bit, like Sandy Valley Fairless. That's the only game in Stark County. Okay. Now Jackson's playing, but they're going to be up in Chardon. But I guess I'm okay with it to start the year. But once we start, not a fan of Thursday night high school football. Absolutely not. You want my opinion? There it is. Friday nights, if there's an occasional Saturday night game that's like a standalone, that's like a big game, or if there's maybe a little bit of travel involved, so it kind of makes it easier on the visiting team, I'm okay with that. It's funny. When I was getting into the business back in 1990, gee whiz, the 36 years. Boy, it's gone fast, man. I got to tell you. I was all about Friday and Saturday night games. I grew up going to Fawcett Stadium on Saturday night game. That's when McKinley played Saturday night. Timken played on Friday. McKinley would play on Saturday. And then Central Catholic would play their home games. They always played on Saturday because remember, they rented their stadium out to St. Thomas, so the Knights would play on Friday and the Crusaders would play on Saturday. I loved it. I loved getting to go to two high school games every weekend as a kid. And, of course, I had relatives playing at Louisville, so we would check them out on Fridays. We'd go see McKinley or Central on Saturday. That's kind of how I grew up, and I loved it. And then when I got into the business, we weren't doing Thursday night games yet. That wasn't a thing. So it was just Friday, but there was still Saturday night games. And then as time would go by, I was like, then the college football, everything kind of changed a little bit. Excuse me. And the big primetime games started coming in for college. And when did they play those? Saturday nights, right? 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:15. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go do a high school game tonight. I'd rather stay home and watch Ohio State or Notre Dame or Texas or USC, right? And then you got to be thinking, well, you worked all week. You did a game Friday night, so you were getting home at 11:30 midnight. You've kind of had your entire Saturday, and now you got to get ready and go do a game Saturday night. I was like, I don't know if I like these anymore. But I'm okay with them every once in a while. But especially now, because I've been doing, Mount Union for this will be my 10th year doing the Purple Raiders. So my Saturdays are pretty full anyway. So I really don't want to do Saturday night games now, which we will have one though. We will have you, I think it is week 3, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have a Friday night game, and then Glen Oak is going to play Cleveland Heights on a Saturday night over at Benson as part of a big weekend showcase of high school football. So we will have double duty for you that weekend. But yeah, Thursday nights are okay to open the season, but after that, I'm good. I think Friday nights is where we need to be. Let's see here. Brad says, it looks like Thursday night games are becoming more and more common with the shortage of officials. I know we're having official shortage. I don't know if that's the cause for more Thursday games. I'm not sure. Like, I need to look at the schedule tomorrow. Like, I know our games that we're covering, but I don't know if I'm sure there's other games in the state of Ohio.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, I know that Moeller and Princeton are playing against each other tomorrow night at Cincinnati at Paycor Stadium. So I know there's other games. I'm just not sure, once we get into week 2, how many of the Thursday night games there are. Walter says, not a fan, Sam. Leave these games on Friday, period. Vanessa, don't like it. Friday high school, Saturday college, Sunday, Monday, Thursday NFL. Nate says, I don't like it. Bill says, it's good if the following game is a big one. You get an extra day of preparation. Okay. Thomas, it's fun for the teams and everyone involved. It's fun for us fans as well. Ken says, Sam, I love Thursday night high school football. Jen says, nope. William says, Fridays only. All right, we got a pretty good mix here. Get those comments in. Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook and the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. That's our poll question of the day. Your thoughts, your opinions. What do you think of high school football games being played on Thursday night? That's where we're at. We'll see what you got. Well, they're starting to pour in now. I guess I just had to reach out and welcome everybody.
We had to yell at everybody to comment. Now come on, guys. What are you doing?
Now they're rocking and rolling.
I know Keller said he's actually doing a little bit of work from home right now. You probably noticed.
I know.
And we did.
The crap out of me. I was on the computer out there, and all of a sudden the arrow from the mouse keeps doing whatever it wants to do. I said, wait a minute.
Yeah, Keller,
I'm not doing that.
We took our top of the hour break, and I hop out there, and Sammy's like, I think Keller's doing some work right now.
He was. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll get back on my phone. Sam, if you measured how long I mowed yesterday, having to do the entire yard twice, I probably would have.
I think he
means
Dalton? Ended up in Dayton, because I read that, and I'm thinking the autocorrect just cried havoc with the end of that one, because that's just nonsense.
Well, there is a town with Dalton.
Oh, God.
I'm guessing that's what it is.
Yeah, okay.
So Dalton a little closer than Dayton. Let's see. Sam, I'm ready for Mount Union to start, baby. Let's go. Always enjoy your call, especially on the away games. Michael, we are looking forward to that as well. 22, almost 23 minutes past the hour. We'll step away. Phones are open, 330-821-1310. Talking some high school football. We got our poll question, the little Guardians, as they win last night. Big game for Joe Adell. Can they make it 2 in a row against the Giants? We'll see. 6:40 first pitch tonight. When we get back, I'll give you the starting lineup tonight for the Guards and tell you about a little roster move they made just a couple of minutes ago. Stay with us.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
We're taking this time out to remind all Americans to stand tall and show support for the brave and honorable men and women of our U.S. military, past and present. Their fearless efforts shall never go unnoticed. This message courtesy of Accent Home Improvement in Alliance, serving you with quality and pride. For information on the services they provide, call 330-206-2837. That's 330-206-2837. Accent Home Improvement, serving the area since 2008, where they're wishing everyone a safe and prosperous season.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them, epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation. Because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
$1310 WDPN. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. Our poll question of the day. Get your comments in. Get them in. What is your opinion on high school football games being played on Thursday nights? What do you think about that? Should we play on Thursday? Is it cool for the opening week? Should it just be Fridays only? Would you like to see some Saturday games scattered in? What's your thoughts on Thursday night high school football? 330-821-1310. All right.
Scott, real quick, checked in on Facebook just to say that Massillon versus Glen Oaks started that in 2011 to 2012.
They did. They did. And as quickly as it came, it went. Now they play on Friday. While we're talking about Massillon, just for a second, I want to give you an opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
I want folks, if you can, get on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Get on your computer, your iPad, your phone, your tablet, whatever it is. I want to show you the brand new scoreboard at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium in Massillon.
I wish we could have like a minivan in front of it for size reference or something. I just want to
look at that.
I don't think that perfectly grasps how big it is. There's nothing there that's great for. I mean, the bleachers are great for perspective, so
Right.
you know it's huge. But holy crap!
And you got to remember, this is an end zone.
That's an end zone.
Like most teams' seating on the sidelines look like the end zones at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. Obviously, when your stadium holds over 16,000 people, it's going to be a little bit different. But go to the Q92 Radio YouTube channel right now. Or if you know a big Tiger fan, and I know most of the people probably have driven by the stadium because they want to go see it in person, look at how big and enormous that scoreboard is.
Yeah, if you live in Massillon, they're not hiding that from you.
I mean, that's
crazy.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's cool.
It really is. And again, it's at the other end zone this year because of all the activity, the construction they've got going on over there.
Is that like is that for the quarterback? Is that similar to passing towards the sun at that point? I can't wait to see how bright it is.
At night.
Got to keep that baby dim.
At night, that thing's going to be
right.
Just impressive.
Yeah,
and it's really cool because the scoreboard has like Obi the Tiger on both sides of it.
Yeah, I like
and then
that.
There's the big orange block M in the middle. Then the picture and this is from the Massillon Tiger Booster Club on Facebook. I want to give credit where credit is due. It looks like they've still kind of finishing stuff up because I see a crane there.
Oh yeah,
and they're trying to maybe set something on top somewhere. But folks, it's it's really nice. It's really nice. I think Clint is calling the Massillon-Glenville game on Q92sports.com
yes,
Friday
I believe
night.
That's right.
Boy, is he in for a treat.
Man.
That's really, really nice. I got a pretty cool scoreboard too, though, over Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. I'm not going to complain about that either. All right, real quick for the Guardians, Chase DeLauder is taking batting practice and going through baseball activities right now. So that's a positive sign. We'll get to the starting lineup for the Guardians coming up here in just a little bit. Right now, as you can hear by the music in the background, it is time for Sammy's best bet of the night. We hit on Monday night. Last night, we just missed. We had the over in the Mets-Padres. We needed to go over 8.5. I think it landed on 8, so we missed out by a little bit. Tonight, we're going to go to one of my favorite places to bet overs, and that's Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Tonight, it's the Baltimore Orioles and the heavy-hitting New York Yankees. I'm surprised this total is not a little higher than it is. Although last night, very few runs scored in this game. So we're going to grab it. I bet you this goes up before first pitch. So we're going to grab it at 8.5. Yankees, Orioles. We're going to go over tonight as these two teams battle at Camden Yards. A lot of runs tonight. I can feel it. A lot of runs tonight. Yankees, Orioles. We're going to go over the 8.5. Former University of Akron Zip Chris Bassett on the mound tonight for Baltimore. There's your Sammy B best bet. We'll take a break and come back. News is coming up.
The latest news and the current Alliance area weather forecast are up next on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:30. Former aide to Dr. Anthony Fauci pleaded guilty Tuesday to conspiring to destroy public records. One-time senior advisor Dr. David Morens pleaded guilty to the conspiracy charge in exchange for prosecutors dropping 4 other counts. He admitted to conspiring with others to hide from public view various federal records during the COVID pandemic. He obstructed government functions, including responses to requests made under the Freedom of Information Act. In one email, Morens wrote to Peter Daszak, who helped funnel money from the National Institute to researchers in Wuhan, China, after their grant was canceled. That there are, quote, things I can't say, except Fauci is aware, and I've learned there are ongoing efforts to steer through this with minimal damage to you and government agencies. The Justice Department charged 17 Iranians with conducting a cyber theft campaign on behalf of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and other entities. Members of the Mabna Institute were charged in a 14-count superseding indictment for hundreds of cyber intrusions into universities, government agencies, and private sector companies in the U.S. and abroad since at least 2013. The state-sponsored campaign to steal sensitive data involved an additional 8 defendants who've also been charged. U.S. Attorney's Office alleges members stole more than 31 terabytes of academic data and intellectual property from universities and the email accounts of employees of private sector companies and government agencies. Homeland Security Secretary Mark Wayne Mullins said Tuesday New Jersey has agreed to work with the Department of Homeland Security to identify non-citizens who may be registered to vote in the state. Mullins said DHS has identified 35,000 people on New Jersey's voter rolls as potential non-citizens and suggested the number could increase as the review continues. Mullins' announcement marks a shift in the dispute between New Jersey and the federal government. The state had resisted the DOJ request for voter data. European Commission said it expects all migrants still living illegally in Spain's North African enclave of Ceuta to be returned to Morocco, and that European Union law allows unaccompanied minors to be sent back as well. Asked whether all also covered children who crossed without their families, Marcus Lammert, the Commission's Home Affairs spokesman, said the matter was governed by EU legislation. Spanish Interior Ministry said the National Police had located and registered over 2,100 minors, a total it described as close to final. Google has agreed to pay $10 million for a collection of internal Spirit Airlines data, part of the bankrupt carrier's ongoing asset auctions. Spirit declared bankruptcy and ceased operations in May. Multiple tech companies have been bidding on the company's trove of consumer data. Amazon will train its AI on 100 million emails, 500 million Microsoft Teams chats, 7 billion records tracking competitors' flights, 7.5 billion passenger transaction records dating to 2008, and more than 175,000 employee records from as far back as 1986. 80 degrees at 4:33 for WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Now, the Alliance Area Weather Forecast from Mark Johnson on AM 1310 WDPN.
Cloudy skies for the most part all afternoon long. We'll mention a few widely scattered thunder showers rumbling by into the afternoon and evening. Our high 78 degrees. Overnight, some widely scattered thunder ending after midnight with a low of 62. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
High school football back on the 1310 WDPN airwaves tomorrow night. Christian and Derek with the call. Well, I have to, you know what? I need a calendar where I know what day of the week it is. Like, I'm in Thursday mode. I keep referring to tomorrow as the kickoff, although we have 2 games tomorrow night. Both are on the FM. Our AM coverage begins Friday night.
It is Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Wednesday.
God,
it just
I thought it was Tuesday all day.
It just feels weird. But anyway, Friday night here on 1310 WDPN, Christian and Derek will have the call. Alliance at Northwest. Pregame at 6:30. The kickoff at 7. Friday night on Q92, myself, Brian Beatty, Ryan Bevere. We will be at Tom Benson to give you Kent McKinley and Warren Harding. Pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7. That's Friday night. Let's back it up here a day. Tomorrow, Q92, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock kick, Fairless at Sandy Valley. I'll be on the call again with Brian and Ryan on our Q92 Sports Network YouTube tomorrow night. Jackson at Chardon, pregame at 6:45 and the kickoff at 7. You get all that in there? I think I got everything in there. All right. Sam, with NIL and the transfer portal coming into high school, why not make it more like the NFL? Let's play games on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
God.
No!
I was going to say that, but I felt like it was crossing the line.
Sam, that Maslin scoreboard is bigger than the Maslin library.
I don't know.
See here.
I will give Maslin credit where credit's due. They have a very nice library. I've always thought Maslin's library was awesome.
Never been.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't go to school there, so I mean.
It's a really cool. You know where it is on Lincoln Way, right?
Oh yeah.
It's got it looks as cool on the inside as it does on the outside.
Okay.
It's a very old, it's got charm. I love it.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. It's got that. It's got a particular
that
charm
rustic
about
look
it.
to it.
Yeah, rustic
Almost.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that for a sports guy breaking out the rustic? Go me.
I think I said gumption last week when Keller was on the air, and he kind of was like, "Whoa, that's a weird word."
Gumption. I haven't
heard
that
word
in a long time.
Such a fun word to say.
What does that mean? Guts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, the only synonym that comes to mind for gumption is moxie. So I'm just using more old words.
I use the word moxie all the time.
Good.
I really do.
Okay.
I just think it's a fun word, and like right away, I know what it means. I know what it means. Joe Volpe checking in. Sam, I like Thursday nights, but since they don't play on Saturday anymore, you get a chance to see 2 games a week if you want.
Ooh, so here's a good one. What would you rather have, Thursday night games or Saturday night games?
Saturday.
Yeah, me too.
Here's the thing, though. I think as a fan, I would like the Saturday night game. But being in the business, it's tough, man. If I wasn't doing Mount on Saturday, it would be different.
That's true.
But like I'm pretty much footballed out by the time I'm done that. And I just want to go home and I want to watch college football. I don't want to tear down and drive to another destination, get the equipment back out. I don't want to go through all that again. I think so. Yeah, that is a tough question. Now, for years and years and years, we had high school football playoff games on Friday night and Saturday night.
Yeah, that was cool.
And that kind of made it fun. But then I remember doing, high school Friday night, Mount Saturday afternoon, high school Saturday night. And then before I blinked, it was time to come back to work on Monday. And your weekends just fly. They just fly by.
Yes,
and of course,
do.
you get all the NFL action going on Sunday. Yeah. So, yeah, you know what? I'm becoming more of let's just play Fridays and leave it at that. Again, if you have to play a Saturday due to travel and things like that, that's okay. Like Mount has a bye. I'm doing this off of memory. I think we have a bye Saturday, September the 25th.
I think it's their third or fourth
am I
week.
Close there? So you know what I'll be doing? I'll be looking for a high school game on Saturday night to go to or Saturday afternoon. And if I can't find one, then I can't find one. But I'll be looking because I think we're off that Saturday. But
Ooh. Got Keller checking in, thinking fourth dimensionally. Says, I wish they would do playoffs on both days. Gives us a chance to cover more games.
You mean work more?
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, you know what?
He says that bye is week 3. I thought so. I knew it was 3 or 4.
So the bye week would be, when
first?
do we start? September 5th?
I feel like it's later than that. Is it like the second week of September?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm doing this completely off of memory.
I know. I should have just got the schedule out a while ago, but desperate times. Let's see.
Sam says Thursday night games are stupid. Play them on Friday night. Michael R. Don't mind high school games on Thursday to start the year. Definitely do not like them during the latter part of the season.
You were right. 9-5 is the The first Mount game.
So Mount on the 5th, Mount on the 12th, Mount on the 19th.
Yep.
And then we have a bye.
26th is off.
See, I was right the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? I should not question myself. So yeah, that day, I'll be locked into, to the college football scene. But if I can go catch a high school game, for sure, I'll be checking in for that. Yep. The 5th at Wheaton. 12th at home against Grove City. Purple Suit checking in.
Yeah, that's Purple Suit. He must have heard us talking about Mount. His ears were bleeding.
That first game is going to be so important. You're talking about Division III, and you're talking about the number 3 team in the country, Mount Union, going to the number 5 team in the country, Wheaton.
Ooh.
That is a tone setter.
That is not going to be a 60-0 game.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
That is not going to be a tone setter.
No.
Or it is going to be. That game right there will probably dictate. No, it'll definitely dictate.
Oh, yeah.
If Mount Union opens up the playoffs at home or if they go on the road. That's how big that opener is against Wheaton. And you got to remember, going back to last year, Mount had to hang on to beat the Thunder at Mount Union at Larry Karras Stadium. They had it was close. Like, Wheaton's no joke. So you're going to have to open up with them on the road. That's a tough way to go. I imagine that place will be packed. That's going to be that's the biggest game in the country in Division III. The biggest game in the country. And it's to start the season. But if Mount wins that, and no disrespect to anybody else that's on their schedule, but if Mount can go to Wheaton and beat the Thunder in their opener, you come back with another non-conference game against Grove City, which Mount went to Grove City and beat them last year. And then you get into the OAC schedule. Again, no disrespect. But I think if Mount can open with a win against Wheaton, I think they can write their ticket. I think they can write their ticket the whole way.
Ooh, this is a fun stat. D3 college football, number 1 versus number 2, NCC versus Bethel, and 3 versus 5, Mount and Wheaton. Both games within a dozen miles of each other.
Wow.
Woo! Look out. The Mount fans are coming.
Bethel, come on. I am so sick and tired of North Central. I could scream. Somebody beat them and take them out. I'm just tired of them.
Didn't they win last year?
No, but they made it.
Okay,
they made it to all the way. They just,
okay.
they just didn't win.
I knew they were released in it last year at the end.
But yeah, wow, those are a couple of beasts right there. Bethel, North Central, and Mount and Wheaton, and they're within a dozen. Now, I wonder what time the North Central Bethel game is, because Mount plays at 2 here, which is 1 o'clock there. I wonder what time the North Central Bethel game is. I mean, heck, if you're within 12 miles, aren't you going to go to both? Wouldn't you want to go to both those games?
Man.
I mean, I would.
Ooh, God.
I think that would be
they're
fun.
At the same time.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Well, forget about that. Well, that'll be interesting. That will be interesting.
Don't try to drive around there that day.
Yeah, no, I won't be. I'll be in Canton. I'll be at Tom Benson that day. Interesting. Oh, I'll be watching though. Oh, I'll be watching that day. Mikey Maloney ready to go for the Purple Raiders. Another year under center for the QB.
What is he this year? Is he a
sophomore?
Sophomore? Ooh, geez, cool. 2 more years of Mikey Maloney.
Our offense should be good. Defense should be bolstered. I know we lost a couple guys.
He was a freshman last year? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mount, they get those freshmen, they throw them in there, and they get all that experience. And, I mean, that's why they put up the insane, crazy numbers that they do. It's, there's Mikey Maloney was a seasoned veteran halfway through his freshman year. And he's like, okay, just bring it. Just bring it on. Let's go. I'm ready. I've seen it all. I've been there. I've done that. And I'm a freshman. Ready to go. All right. Taking a look here at our college football schedule. Got to shout out Keller for throwing this my way. Our first Walsh University broadcast is a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
They're at home against Liberty. That game will be here on AM 1310 WDPN, the Q92 radio YouTube channel. It'll be on X. It'll be on Facebook as well.
Oh, boy. That's Cleveland Heights and Glen Oak game's at 11:30 in the morning.
No, that's at 7 p.m.
Oh, okay. That's right.
That's at 7 p.m.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah. Originally, we had gotten 3 different start times for that game.
The moment you said that, it all came back.
So, yeah, that'll be at 7. So, Walsh will kick off. We'll have our coverage for them next Thursday. Again, working out a time to get Coach Fankhauser on and kind of set the scene for the Cavs football season. And then Saturday the 5th, Mount Union at Wheaton at 2. And then Walsh plays Wheeling that night at 6. And then we'll have Glen Oak and Cleveland Heights that night at 7. So that is going to be a busy, busy day. That's Memorial. That's Labor Day weekend, I believe. Because Labor Day will be September 7.
Ew.
So that's going to be a busy weekend. But that's going to be a lot of fun.
We had a comment on YouTube from Jeff. Says, working hard in Michigan and listening along. Can't wait to get the season started and calling Walsh games with you guys at Q92 Sports. Says he also commented on our poll question. He says, I do like Thursday games because it's the only fairless game I get to see.
That's true. That's true. Now, Jeff, get out of Michigan before something happens to you.
There you go. Watch me an Ohio fan over there.
Get out.
Those people are crazy.
Get out of there.
It's not us that's crazy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Jeff's going to be doing the play-by-play for Walsh all season, home and away. And we got you covered with all their games. Again, looking forward to that. Of course, we got all the Mount games. We got all the high school games. Busy, but fun. And we are certainly looking forward to that. Coming up on 10 minutes till the top of the hour, 330-821-1310. If you want to squeeze in a text, we got you covered there at 330-944-5179, the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. The chat is on fire right now, so jump in there, and we'll read those comments as we love the interaction here, Monday through Friday, 3 until 6 on AM 1310 WDPN. It's the Sam Bourquin Show. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Stay with us, everybody.
According to a recent study, each day, over 22 veterans take their own lives. Together, we can win the war against veteran suicide. Nature's Cut Property Maintenance reminds us to let our vets know that they have an Army friend behind them who cares. This message from Nature's Cut Property Maintenance in Canton, serving the entire listening audience with quality service, reliability, and integrity. They care about your complete satisfaction. For service or more information, call 330-323-4320. Nature's Cut Property Maintenance in Canton, where they're on the air because they care.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them, epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation. Because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready-to-act.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/thereason to get started.
$13.10 WDPN 4:53 is our time. Don't forget, Fairless head football coach AJ Sarbaugh will join us at 5:35. I want to thank Sandy Valley head coach Torrance Carle for joining us earlier in the program. Both of those interviews, they'll be up tonight after the show in podcast on all of our social media platforms. Sam, do you remember? Yes, I do. When high school football games started at 8 p.m. Yeah, I do. And that was like just normal. That was just what we did.
Man, honestly,
8 o'clock.
You could talk me into that so easily right now.
I'll tell you what.
Make my life so much easier if they started at 8.
I'll tell you what. I was answering somebody on Facebook about, somebody said something about, oh, yeah, do you remember the 8 o'clock? This was a separate conversation. Excuse me. And I said, you know what? I would love to go back to 7:30.
Yeah, 7:30.
7:30. I'm trying to figure out who or why we started moving these games to 7 o'clock.
Doesn't Maslin still start theirs at 7:30, or did they finally stop doing that?
No, they're at 7.
They're at 7.
Maslin was the last.
They were the
team
last holdout
to go from 8 to 7:30, and they were the last team to go from 7:30 to 7.
Yeah, because I remember them even 2 years ago. I think they were still starting at 7:30. It wasn't that long ago.
I think 7:30 is perfect. Does
that's the
anybody
sweet spot.
know, like, what is the reason? Who started this?
Yeah,
starting these games at 7 o'clock.
Why?
I'm not mad or angry. Well,
I just want to know.
I just want to know why and how it started. Because, again, back then, 8 o'clock is just what we did. It's just what we did. And we didn't think about it. And then they moved them to 7:30, which was which was a big, shocking story. And then, like, all of a sudden, I think there was a league, and I don't know which league it was. It might not even have been from Northeast Ohio. But there was a league that started playing games at 7. And I don't know how this all started. And we're kind of just used to it now. But, like, looking at it now, I think 8 o'clock, probably too late to start.
Yeah, so then you got games ending close to midnight.
Especially
sometimes.
Because we're throwing the ball so much now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more stoppages with incomplete passes and things. The games go slower now for whatever reason. I think 7:30 is the honey spot. I think a 7:30 kickoff is perfect. But does anybody know? 330-821-1310 or get your comments in on social media. How did the 7 o'clock kickoffs start? Like, who was behind that? I'm just curious. I'm not going to get mad at anybody, but I've just kind of wondered, like, why did we do that? 7:30 is perfect. It gives people, I think, more time to get to the game. If you want to do a little tailgating or what have you, if you have like a Friday night, a little road trip. Say your team is playing an hour and 15 minutes away. I mean, by the time the mom and dad or whatever get out of work, if you got other family members are going to go, you gather everybody up, you get ready. Trying to get to a stadium with the traffic. Some places have terrible parking. And you're running in. It's not fun. It's not the way you want to experience a Friday night.
Okay.
I think 7:30 is perfect.
So
I might start a crusade. Bring back the 7:30 kickoffs for high school football.
Keller texted me in. He asked AI what happened or how it happened, and this seems plausible, so I'm going to go with it.
Okay.
Says Ohio high school football officially started kickoffs times. Okay, it is written like that. It officially moved its standard kickoff time from 7:30 to 7 starting in the 2014 season following a vote by the Ohio High School Athletic Association Board of Directors.
So it was the board of directors.
It was the OHSAA's fault. It says the first primary reason was getting student athletes home earlier. Second was standardizing travel and warm-up schedules. And 3 was fan and community convenience.
But how can it be fan and community convenient if people were struggling to get to the games on time?
No, maybe they were struggling to get home before 2. I don't know.
And you got to remember 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, teams weren't playing in leagues that they had to really travel a lot further to get to the games. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, 2014 was about 10 years ago. Would you say that was when they started forming a lot of leagues and spreading things out? Or would you say it was later than that?
Well, there's always been like an evolution of the leagues, teams coming and going, leagues coming and going, additions, subtractions. So so it's been 12 years since we moved the kickoff times from 7:30
to 7 as a standard. And then Mathland took another give or take decade to decide that they could do that too. That's funny.
What was their first reason? Something about getting kids home early or something?
It was, time I put my phone down.
I don't know.
He says, no, while 7 p.m. became the standard statewide default for Friday night regular season games, individual school districts retain the flexibility to adjust kickoff times. But the first reason...
It was something you said something about they wanted to get kids home earlier.
Yeah, getting student athletes home earlier. The main reason cited by the OHSAA administrators and parents was the late hour games were finishing. Which... On a Friday night...
Do the kids care what time they get home on a Friday night?
No. I'll tell you right now, that wasn't the kids' complaint.
No, I don't think so either.
They were probably mad that they couldn't stay up later now.
I mean, I don't know. I might go full bore on this. Bring back the 7:30.
Call in the research team. We're going to get to the bottom of this one.
So it's been 12 years since they moved them from
since they made it a statewide mandate.
Yeah, back in the day, man, we played at 8 o'clock. I mean, it was dark. It was dark before most of the games started because, plus, not only were we starting games at 8 o'clock, we weren't playing games until Labor Day. We didn't have this ridiculous, stupid playing high school games starting in the middle of August. We didn't do that. So now, not only are you backing the season up 3 weeks, you're starting the games an hour later back then. I'm just trying to figure out, I don't know. 8 o'clock, probably too late. 7 o'clock, I think, is too early, especially when you're playing games in August. it's still 100 degrees and humid, and you got 5,000 guys laying around with cramps on the field and all that stuff. Here, how about this? How about we strike a little balance here? How about we start the games in August at 7:30? And then once we get to September, 7 o'clock. Would that be a fair deal for everybody?
Sean checking in on YouTube says, back in my day.
That's right.
We got to get the break.
That's right. Back in my day. Doesn't mean it was wrong. Doesn't mean it was wrong. It was just different. We'll take a break. Wow, I'm 2 minutes over. News is coming up.
Keeping Alliance entertained and informed for over a half a century. AM 1310 WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Despite many residents pushing back on AI data centers being built in their communities, President Trump today says federal regulation is needed to streamline the approval process so the U.S. can compete.
We want to have a regulation where they can continue to lead, not regulation that's going to stifle a very important industry. I think maybe bigger than the internet, bigger than anything anyone's seen.
Mike Lindell says he'll pay for a recount in his loss in the Minnesota Republican primary for governor. The former MyPillow CEO disputing the ballot count, showing he lost by 45,000 votes, or 11%. Minnesota law allows him to privately pay for a recount loss outside the margin of 0.25% of the votes cast. The jury in the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy sent home for the day due to what the judge described as an unforeseen circumstance. The mother is charged in the killing of her 3 children in 2023, claiming she has postpartum psychosis and did not receive proper medical treatment. This is ABC News.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Clint Marshall on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:02. Stark County Sheriff's Office asking for help finding 16-year-old Jaden Littman. She was last seen Tuesday in the 11,000 block of El Dorado Circle in Lake Township. Littman is 5'7", about 160 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information should call the Sheriff's Office at 330-430-3800. 2 women accused in connection with a Canton double homicide slated to return to municipal court Friday following arraignments today. Melissa Terrell of Canton was given a $200,000 bond. She faces charges including aggravated arson and tampering with evidence. Emily Ryder of Canton was given a $50,000 bond and faces obstructing justice charges. Meanwhile, Darrell Washington and Eric Lamar of Canton waived preliminary hearings Tuesday, sending their cases to the grand jury. Washington charged with aggravated murder in the August 9th shooting deaths of Katina Spells and Courtney Yeager. Former teenage witness now recanting testimony that helped send an Alliance man to death row. Butch Walcott was 14 when he testified against Tyrone Noling in the trial in the 1990 murders of an Atwater Township couple. The Akron Beacon Journal reports Walcott said at Tuesday's clemency hearing he was coerced into lying and he and the other teens had nothing to do with the killings. Noling has maintained his innocence for 30 years. Prosecutors still oppose clemency. The Ohio Parole Board plans to recommend whether Noling should be granted clemency to Governor DeWine Tuesday. 2 Canton police officers will be sentenced September 24th on felony charges in the April 2024 death of Frank Tyson. Bo Shonegi pleaded guilty in Stark County Common Pleas Court August 10th to dereliction of duty, while Camden Birch pleaded guilty the same day to failure to report a crime. Both were originally indicted for reckless homicide. Jury selection was beginning in their trial when the pleas came. Plea deal means the officers must resign from the department. An Alliance police sergeant has resigned Ethan Griffith submitted his resignation Tuesday before further disciplinary action could be taken. Griffith had been on unpaid administrative leave following his July arrest on a charge of endangering children involving the 4-year-old son of his fiancée. In July, he was given 1 year of probation, a 1-year license suspension, and a $715 fine in Austintown for fleeing the scene of a June crash. Griffith had been with the department since 2022. Canton Police Chief John Gabbard addressing a video circulating on social media showing officers handcuffing a juvenile on a Highland Road porch. Gabbard says officers were searching for suspects connected to recent car thefts, including at least one juvenile. The K-9 team tracked the suspects to the 700 block of Highland, where officers stopped the juvenile on a porch who matched the description and placed him in handcuffs. Police say the juvenile was quickly determined not to be involved and was released. 18-year-old Kenneth Moore Jr. was later found hiding behind a house across the street. Gabbard said the video clip is being shared and commented on without consideration of the facts available to the officers at the time. Several flock license plate cameras have been vandalized in Jackson Township. Police say 2 on Strip Avenue Northwest were cut down Friday. Others were damaged on Fulton Drive, Wales Avenue, and at Home Depot. North Canton Police also investigating a camera pole cut down Friday on Apple Grove Street Northwest. No arrests have been made. Concerns over a proposed data center in Canton. Project Shelby would bring a more than 320 megawatt facility to the former Ford property south of Georgetown Road Northeast. Residents there are worried about noise, water use, the electric grid, and property values, and spoke up at a recent community meeting. Developer Panatoni says construction could begin within 6 to 10 months and create about 670 construction jobs. Parkway Preschool and Alliance getting more than $400,000 in new heating and cooling equipment. The Board of Education Tuesday approved the purchases from Gardner Building Technology Partners. There are a boiler for nearly $162,000 and a chiller for about $256,000. The board also approved an agreement with Stark County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery for the next school year. Also approved more than $1.1 million in permanent appropriations. The board agreed to several new hires and staffing changes, including teachers, tutors, cafeteria workers, and support staff. A 2-month-old was ejected from a vehicle in a Tuesday morning crash on I-77 in Tuscarawas County. Highway Patrol says the car left the northbound lanes and overturned south of Route 250 just after 8. The infant was not properly secured in a car seat. Baby was flown to a hospital. The driver and another passenger were taken by ambulance. The crash is under investigation. 80 degrees at 5:07. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
When man's best friend chases the family cat through the window screen, you need a rapid repair from Bonfort Glass. In warmer weather, accidents can happen. When a hole in your window or door screen is keeping you from enjoying the fresh air, take that torn screen to Bonfort's for a speedy, expert repair. You think of Bonfort's for glass repair, but don't forget, they can take care of just about any problem you may have with a window or door, including screens. If your screens are old, worn, corroded, or torn, bring them into Bonfort Glass and Alliance. Replace those shabby old screens with new aluminum or fiberglass ones that will wear better and last longer. Bonfort's experts give you the quality you can depend on and service that's unsurpassed. So even if your best pal chased the cat through the window screen, just take it to Bonfort's for a rapid repair. For all your glass and window needs, rely on Bonfort Glass, 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
Here's Mark Johnson's forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
78 warm degrees for your Wednesday. A lot of clouds, maybe a few breaks in the overcast here and there with a couple of thunderstorms rumbling by late afternoon into the evening. Overnight thunder ending after midnight. Cloudy skies, our low 62. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Hit high, hit deep to left. Gilbert gonna wave goodbye. High into the bleachers it goes. And it's a 3-0 Guardians lead right out of the gate. That makes his knees feel better, I'll guarantee you that. Hard hit ball left field. Here comes Rocchio. They're going to wave him home. He's going to score. 6 RBI night for Joe Adell. Everybody moves up. Adell goes in the second.
Fly ball to right field. To the corner goes Fernando. At the wall, he leaps at Fernando. Yeah! Makes the grab.
And the sacrificial man. Yelich to center. Julio is there, and he makes the catch. And Julio threw the ball into the seats. Julio threw the ball into the seats. That was the second out.
Drive, base hit center field. Here comes Kelly. Here's the throw to the plate. And Carson is in. And the Cubs take round 2. 4-3. They walk it off in the bottom of the ninth.
All right, Cubs. Let's do it again tonight, right? Take care of those White Sox. Help us out a little bit here. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. How we doing, everybody? AM 1310 WDPN. Hope you're plugged in with all of your social media platforms. WDPN on X, Facebook, X, YouTube. You got it. Q92 Radio YouTube channel. You know how we do. 3 until 6, Monday through Friday here on the program. Guardians made a little move today. Rhys Hoskins is on the 10-day injured list. David Fry has been called up. Chase DeLauder taking batting practice and going through some baseball activities earlier today, so that is a good sign. Guardians will take on San Francisco tonight, 6:40, Progressive Field, downtown Cleveland. Guards a winner last night, 8-1. I told you the Giants were bad. I told you, San Francisco Giants are a bad football. They're a bad baseball team.
It's hard to talk them interchangeably so much.
So I said before the series that, it would be a really good idea. It would behoove the Guardians to sweep. So they got one in their pocket last night. We play tonight, 6:40. Tomorrow, don't forget, is 1:10. So we'll, in essence, be recapping a couple of games tomorrow. Also tomorrow, our show is going to be live from the stadium at Sandy Valley High School. Tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock, AM 1310 WDPN, the usual social media platforms. We'll be on the air tomorrow at 3 from Sandy Valley. Renzi Parnell is going to join me tomorrow at 3:10. Head coach at Canton McKinley. Drew Sarakman's going to be joining me 4:35 tomorrow. Drew is actually in Orlando, but he's going to come on the show tomorrow, and we're going to talk some high school football. Brian Beatty's going to be on with me tomorrow a little bit between like 5:40 and 6. We'll kind of set the table for the big weekend of football. So busy show tomorrow, 3 until 6, live from Sandy Valley Football Stadium here on 1310 WDPN. And then we'll broadcast the Cardinals and the Fairless Falcons tomorrow night on Q92. That's 92.5 FM, Q92radiosports.com, and, of course, the YouTube channel, Facebook, X. Will be all over tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. And look at this. Rainsburg, have you looked at the forecast?
No, I
for
haven't.
The next couple of days.
I looked a couple days ago, and this week looked gorgeous. So I'm guessing it's still looking gorgeous.
Look, I just got a text from AJ. Says hasn't got a link. I just want
to
pass that along to you.
Then go ahead and ask him to double check his email then.
Let's see here.
I will get that to him as soon as possible.
Gotta love local radio, man. This is just how we do it. Resend your
No, you know what? This one's not our fault, okay? Yeah. Okay, let me just because Google loves to not remember people I email. It holds on to email addresses for a couple of weeks, but if I don't send somebody an email for a month or two, Google has completely forgotten that I ever emailed that person. So you know what? Today is Google's fault. I'm going to blame Google.
You know what, though? Didn't we figure this out, though, before the show? Didn't we figure out his email?
That's why I said to resend it, because that must not be his email, because that's what I sent it to.
All right, he's sending it as we speak. I can see the dots that are moving along here. So, hey, I'm doing live play-by-play of messaging with AJ. I love it. Anyhow, he's going to join us at 5:35 here on 1310 WDPN. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same one.
Huh.
It's the exact same one. Rainsburg.
I'm going to come around there and make sure I spelled
Rainsburg.
I'm pretty sure I spelled everything
Did you
correct.
make a mistake?
No, I didn't.
Here, look. Here it is. That's the one we talked about, right?
I didn't spell spark right.
Uh-oh.
Because what?
There, we found it.
Why would it be 2 C's?
That's just what it is.
I'll resend that immediately.
All right. So
But
here
again,
we go.
if Google had remembered that I'd emailed that email address before, because I have, this wouldn't have been a problem at all.
All
Google.
right. I just checked in with Coach. I said, it's on its way. So he'll be getting that show link, and we'll get ready to go. All right. Well, that was fun. 330-821-1310. 330-821-1310 is our telephone number. So where were we? So, yeah, the Guardians last night. How about the night for Joe Adell? Whew. He was hot as a firecracker last night. And the thing that I loved about what Cleveland did last night, and they normally don't do this, they came out of the clubhouse last night swinging. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the fourth, and by then the game was over. It was 7-1 in the 5th inning. Foster Griffin looked really good last night. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. Struck out 6. He only walked 2. And Carson Whisenhunt got lit up last night. He only went 4 innings. Guardians got him for 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. But Joe Adell was on fire. You heard all of his highlights in the show open today. So pair that Guardians win with the White Sox loss, and I got my handy-dandy standings here in front of me. The Guardians now are 4.5 out in the division. And yeah, they're still scrapping for that wild card. But if we get a replay tonight of what we had last night, now maybe we can start talking. And I'll do you one better. If the Guardians win the next 2 and the Sox win, they lose their next 2, we're going to be 3.5 games out of first place. Okay? Now, just you got to keep your eyes on the Twins. You got to keep your eyes on the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, the Rangers, the Mariners. You got to keep your eyes on all those teams. But it looked like a hopeless cause a couple of days ago. Now, I didn't throw dirt on the Guardians. Remember, I put that question out there. Is it time to officially, move on? Is it time to close the books on the Guardians for this year? In nowhere in that statement did I say it is time. I was just asking the question, do you think it is time? And we were like 60-40, 60% said it's over, they're cooked. 40% said, hey, you never know. Good things might happen. Remember last year? Remember 2 years ago? So, okay. So now we're back to just keep beating the bums, right? Beat the bums. San Francisco, you get 2 more against them. You go to Colorado. They stink. Then you go to the Angels. They stink. Then you play the Royals. They stink. I mean, look, you're looking for a 12-game stretch. This was the perfect time of the year. The schedule maker was kind. Whether they planned it that way or not. The schedule maker, very kind. This is where you make hay. This is where you beat the bad teams. And then you hope you get some help. Like the White Sox, like the Cubbies are helping us right now. And I'm going to tell you what. I have watched the Cubs-White Sox the last 2 nights, and I'm going to watch them again tonight because they start a little bit later. Guards go at 6:40. And let me see the start time for the Cubbies and the White Sox. Tonight they will go Oh, wait a minute. They already played. White Sox beat the Cubs 3-0. How did I miss that? See, this year's been so different. We've had so many more Wednesday getaway games than we usually have. Usually Thursday is like the getaway day. 4 games have already been played today, and the White Sox beat the Cubs 3-0. So we lost a half game there, and now we're back to 5 out behind the Sox. Twins beat the Braves again today, 6-4. So they will stay ahead of us in the division. Mets beat the Padres 4-2. Pirates beat the Tigers today 4-2. So I can't watch the Cubs and White Sox tonight. Great. Great. So I'll be watching the Guards. All right, a little bit later on tonight. Let's see here. Anything late that's of interest tonight? Not really. Not really. All right. Well, we'll work with that. Did you see what happened last night? Did you see what happened last night between the Brewers and the Mariners? Milwaukee beat Seattle last night 22-0.
Oh my God.
Yeah. 22-0. And it was a 1-0 game in the 5th inning.
Jeez.
The Brewers scored 1 in the 1st, 5 in the 5th, 5 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, 9 runs in the 8th inning. They had 22 runs on 22 hits.
Jeez.
22-0. And Milwaukee's pitching was fantastic last night. Seattle only had 5 hits. I mean, it was you don't get a lot of those. You don't get a lot of those.
Yeah, that's a pretty high score. Holy
but
crap.
22-0. Now, the funny thing about baseball, now watch and see what happens today. It'll be a 2-1 game. You watch. Brewers Mariners play tonight. Well, Milwaukee's good. They're really good. Got to watch out for them. Tonight it's Parker Messick on the mound for Cleveland. Parker 9-7 at a 2.59 earned run average. Guards are last night the Guardians went off. First pitch last night they went off at -200. So a 2-1 favorite to win last night, and they did. They're already right now at -225. So you got to put up 225 to win 100. Tomorrow, do they have the numbers up for tomorrow yet? Yeah, Guardians are -195 tomorrow, and they haven't even played tonight because Gavin Williams is pitching tomorrow. So we said this should be a sweep. Looks like it might be. But again, if you missed it earlier today, like I did, shame on me. White Sox beat the Cubs at Wrigley by the score of 3-0. Now, I want to find out and see what the White Sox are doing this weekend. I believe they are home. Yes, they are. The Mets will be in Chicago this weekend to take on the White Sox Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we probably won't get much help there. So we're going to have to kind of take it upon ourselves to finish off the Giants here the next couple of days and then go out to Colorado and handle the Rockies as well. 25 minutes past the hour. We'll take a break. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on another beautiful Wednesday afternoon right here, 1310 WDPN.
AWP Safety, North America's leading traffic safety company, is hiring traffic control flaggers, and they need you. Join AWP as a protector for steady work and an important job keeping people safe. They offer paid training, certification, referral bonuses, and advancement opportunities. To apply, visit jobs.awpsafety.com. That's jobs.awpsafety.com.
Hi, I'm Kristen Bell. As a mom, I want my kids to have full bellies, big dreams, and all the energy in the world to chase them. That is what I want for all kids. But right now, millions of kids in America are living with hunger. That means too many children are going without the meals they need to thrive. And that's just not okay. But the good news is this is a problem that we can all solve. No Kid Hungry works every day in schools, in communities, and during the summertime to make sure kids have healthy meals all year round. That's why I support No Kid Hungry. So let's do this. Let's give all the kids the chance to grow up healthy and strong.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home, thanks to the VA home loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education, and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earn. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here. Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This song just never gets old. It never gets old. I love NFL Films music. I really do. All right, it's time for On This Day in Sports History. We do it Monday through Friday, 5:29 here on the show, 1310 WDPN. Let's see here. How about this? This is insane. On this day in 1909, the Philadelphia Phillies were rained out. A major league record 10th consecutive day. They got rained out 10 days in a row. What in the heck fire is going on there? 1921, Ty Cobb recorded his 3,000th career hit. Oh, this was a good one. Remember this one? 1951. I'm just going to say what's written on this sheet. I don't think this is going to make anybody mad. If it does, oh well. The St. Louis Browns sent a midget to the plate against the Detroit Tigers. Remember, his name was Eddie Goodell. He wore number 18. He stood 3 foot 7 inches tall. He walked on 4 pitches, and then it was replaced by a pinch runner. 1957, the New York Giants Board of Directors voted to move the team to San Francisco in 1958. 1995, oh, poor Peter McNeely. Mike Tyson knocked him out in 89 seconds. 2002, John Madden debuted on Monday Night Football. And oh, Cleveland baseball fans, all I have to do is say, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Tyler Naquin.
A swing and a drive to deep right. Saunders at the wall. It hits off the top of the wall. Naquin's around second. He's on his way to third. He'll try to score. Here's the throw. Not in time. Usain Naquin flying around the bases on a drive off the top of the wall in right. It ricocheted back toward the infield. And Coach Mike Sarbaugh never slowed him down.
Remember that Tyler Naquin, the inside the park home run? He slides in the home. He gets up. He gives it the, business with it. It was great. It was absolutely great. If you're watching right now on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel, you're enjoying watching Tyler Naquin right now slide into home plate. That's really cool. That is on this day in sports history. The news is next, and then, Fearless football fans, get ready. Your guy, AJ Sarbaugh, is coming up.
Here's the latest news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:30. Newly released information shows a former top official with the FDA was warning Dr. Anthony Fauci of potential COVID vaccine side effects in May 2021. Dr. Janet Woodcock wrote to Fauci and Francis Collins, former director of the National Institutes of Health, that she was receiving reports from people, including healthcare professionals, of health issues coming after vaccinations. Fauci suggested consulting Rachel Walensky, the director of the CDC. The release from Senators Ron Johnson and Rand Paul said it was not clear whether Walensky was ever asked about Woodcock's concern. At the time of the email, there were over 440,000 worldwide adverse events and 8,600 deaths associated with the COVID vaccine, reported to VAERS, with 39% occurring within 2 days of injection. Man who received the Outstanding Refugee Award for Entrepreneurship by the Minnesota Department of Human Services has been charged over an alleged Medicaid fraud scheme. Democratic Attorney General Keith Ellison announced Monday his fraud control unit had charged 2 men for allegedly stealing more than $1.5 million. Salman Ahmed Elmi was charged with 8 felony theft offenses linked to a company allegedly billing over $1 million in Medicaid-funded services either never provided or ineligible for reimbursement. Elmi and other co-conspirators allegedly fabricated documents in order to acquire Medicaid reimbursement, told employees to pay recipients kickbacks in exchange for permission to utilize their personal information in support of the false claims. State Representative Angie Nixon upset Alexander Vindman in Florida's Democrat Senate primary Tuesday night. Nixon, who ran to the left of Vindman, defeated the fired National Security Council aide by 56 to 44%. In recent months, Nixon had said she joined the Democratic Socialists of America, aiming to defeat Vindman following the success of the organization in New York, Colorado, and Michigan. Florida Representative Corey Mills fell to local newscaster Ryan Elijah in Tuesday evening's Republican primary for the 7th Congressional District. As of 9 p.m., Elijah had 47% of the vote to Mills' 34%. Mills faces multiple investigations, including a House Ethics Committee probe into accusations of sexual misconduct and campaign finance violations, and a Department of Justice probe into his finances. The United Arab Emirates has suspended all trade with Iran after it said it had come under renewed fire from the country. The country already suffering under U.S. sanctions and a blockade. Incoming ballistic missile fire for the first time in weeks triggered nationwide warnings Tuesday night for UAE residents to seek shelter. Early in the conflict, UAE regularly came under intense fire from Iran, and most trade ground to a halt. 77 degrees at 1:33 for WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Meteorologist Mark Johnson has the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Might need the umbrella by late afternoon into the evening for a couple of thunder showers rumbling by. Otherwise, a mainly cloudy sky, warming you up to 78 degrees for the high. Overnight, some widely scattered thunder showers ending after midnight with a low of 62. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
$1310 WDPN. It is the Sam Bourquin Show, coming to you live and direct from the Palatial Estates on Smith Avenue in Alliance, Ohio. Going to be with you until 6 o'clock tonight. 330-821-1310 is our telephone number. You can always check in on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Everybody's getting mad at me because I want to move the high school football kickoffs to 7:30. Like, everybody's mad.
Everybody's wrong.
Everybody's mad at me. Oh, well. We had head coach of Sandy Valley, Torrance Carle, on earlier today. Appreciate Coach making some time for us in the 3 o'clock hour today. And tomorrow night, we will be at Sandy Valley. The Cardinals hosting the Fearless Falcons. Pregame at 6:45, kick at 7 on Q92, Q92 Sports Network, all of our social media platforms. I'll actually be doing my show live tomorrow from the press box at Sandy Valley, beginning at 3. We got Renzi Parnell's coming on the show tomorrow. Drew Sarakman, our football guru, tomorrow. Brian Beatty's going to join me about 5:30, 5:40 tomorrow. And then, of course, we'll have the kickoff at 7 on Q. But speaking of Thursday games, this is, I think, the 8th or 9th year in a row that the Falcons and the Cardinals have played on a Thursday night. They're going to do it again in 2026. Let me bring on a man who is busier than he even thinks he is. He is taking care of football. The family is growing. He's got a lot of irons in the fire. He's doing great things. Proud to call him a good friend and pretty good football coach, too. Let's bring on AJ Sarbaugh, head coach of the Fairless Falcons, here to the Sam Bourquin Show on 1310 WDPN. Coach Sarbs, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, Sammy. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on. I know you're busy week one, probably a little antsy. Coaches get a little, you get a little, the butterflies start cooking, right? A couple of days before the first game. But how was camp? How were the scrimmages? How's the health? How we doing?
Yeah, camp was great. We still go to Mount Union for 3 days. As an alumni, going back there is really important to me, and our kids have a great experience there. And then our 2 scrimmages I thought were really good. We scrimmaged Indian Valley, which I think everybody knows who Indian Valley is now. So
Yep.
we really get tested in that first one.
Yep.
And then our second scrimmage we had with Malvern, who has been really good the past few years. So we're probably as healthy as we can be this time of year. But I'm really happy with how June, July, and August have gone so far.
That's good. And, when you start, thinking doing football in June, you think, we got some time. We got July. And pretty soon, boom, we're putting the ball in the tee tomorrow night. You've been doing this at Fairless now for more than a couple of years. Do you still does the routine kind of stay the same for you? Obviously, the names and the numbers kind of change because of graduation, but you got this down kind of where you want it?
Yeah, for the most part, I think everyone has their routine and what they do, the night of the game and the day of the game. But we've changed some things throughout practice every year. I think if you're not tweaking and trying to improve, then you're staying stale.
Right.
But I think everyone has their own routine come game night and game day in that regard. But yeah, like you said, if you don't have butterflies at this time of the year for week one, then something's probably wrong.
Something's wrong, yeah, especially for a football coach in high school because, you only get 10 of these, right? Regular season, it goes so doggone fast. And, you want to start the season with a win. I think that's so important. You don't care how you win the first game. You just want to get a win and move on to week 2. So I was looking around, just doing a little study up and everything. 17 or 18 returning lettermen coming back this year. Is that the most you've had as far as lettermen are concerned in your tenure?
It's probably pretty close to 22. 22 and 21. We had a lot of kids that had played since they were freshmen and sophomores. So that's pretty similar to this year. We've got 12 seniors. I think probably 10 of them started as juniors and 7 or 8 as sophomores. And we've got 5 or 6 juniors that have played a lot of football as well. They've taken their lumps as freshmen and sophomores, and now they're the older kids this year, and we're going to see what we can do.
Is this the kind I guess I remember paying close attention to just listening to people talk over the years, over the decades. You kind of have an idea when that really special team is coming. You kind of know when it's going to happen. And you've had a couple at your place. And you look at, okay, I got so many starters back. I got so many lettermen. Maybe my QB's coming back. I got a lot of experience. Maybe the schedule kind of lines up good for us. Is this a year that you think you could kind of bust out a little bit?
Yeah, I think you hope that every year. But like you said, last year we knew we only had 4 home games and 5 in a row on the road at one point. And this year we've got 6 home games, 5 in a row at home. You knew we played a lot of juniors and sophomores last year. The Pac-7 is always good. But you also knew last year that you had all these guys coming back with potential. And that's what we've been telling them. We don't want to talk about potential. We're looking for production over potential, and the league has been really good the last few years. We've kind of been the younger team in the league. So I think every year you think you have a chance to win, and you put your kids in the best position. But obviously some years when you have experience or a 3-year starting quarterback like we do, it's a little easier to sleep at night. You still get nervous, but when you have a 3-year starter versus when we went over there 2 years ago and Mikey was a sophomore and we handcuffed him a little bit, it's a little different going over there this time.
Now, you letting him go up there and just audible and do all kind of draw plays in the dirt and stuff like that? Or are you still trying to rein him in a little bit?
He's not drawing plays in the dirt, but he has more freedom or responsibility than probably any quarterback I've given. I really trust Mikey. He's an unbelievable kid, very hard worker. And most importantly, our kids trust him. He's elected captain again. He was elected captain as a junior, but he has started 20 football games as a quarterback. And then he played as a freshman in the back end in a playoff game against South Range and Tuslaw and started against Poochie Snyder. So he's played a lot of football and he's seen just about everything you can throw at him.
AJ Sarbaugh is our guest, the outstanding head football coach of the Fairless Falcons here on the show, 1310 WDPN. You run such a fun offense. I love calling your games. I don't get a chance to do as many as I'd like. But I like the balance, the element of surprise. Your kids really like that too, don't they? Because they know you got to be on your toes, because coach might send a specialty play in here, or we get a little something we worked on in practice all week. That's got to be fun for them too.
It is, absolutely. And I think that's where, we all have role models. We all have people we look up to. And I've just been really fortunate that I got to learn from Larry Karras, players, formations, plays. You're going to put your best guys in the best spots and you're going to move them around. And obviously I think Coach Hurtler is one of the best play callers there's been. And there were years where we were ground and pound with an 8-man line and years where he spread it out. So I think I've always been taught in high school, you don't pick your kids. It's not a cookie cutter. It's not college where you're recruiting, and you have to fit to what you have. And year to year, that's going to look different. And I think with you saying that, when you have a lot of kids back this year, they know your base, and then you can even evolve a little bit more. But we want to be able to run and pass. We want to have fun. We want a lot of different kids to touch the football. And then it makes it harder on the defense, but we want a lot of kids to have opportunities and make plays, and we think that makes us better. So our kids look forward to it. They enjoy install days, and I think for the most part, we've been pretty successful with it.
I would say so. Speaking of Mikey Ritterbeck, over 2,000 yards last year, 21 TDs. He's got a couple of really nice targets to throw to. I know that Peter Snavely is an absolute beast. He's going to go to Kent State. You got a guy by the name of Bo Sheets, Lyman. He's going to go to BG. Talk about Peter, if you would, and his development and how he's kind of grown.
So I think the first thing about Peter is that Peter, without a doubt, in my 12 years at Fairless, whether it's football, softball, baseball, Peter is one of the hardest working kids I have coached here. We lift at 6 a.m. and I had to get here at 5:15 this year because Peter was getting here earlier than what I normally was. He's incredibly coachable. He wants to be good. He doesn't take plays off in practice. And everything he does, he tries to do to the best of his ability. So, and that's, I think, is a great role model for our young kids that, like you said, he's going to have an opportunity to go play Division I football, but there's a kid that works as hard as he can every single play. We try to move him around a lot on offense. Very smart person, player. So I think those are the intangibles that it starts with. He's hardworking, coachable, smart, and then obviously you can't teach 6'3", 220.
No, and I mean, and people think, "Oh, gee, you got a D1 guy." You got what division are you this year, AJ?
We are 5. We are the cutoff. If we had one less boy, we'd be 6.
Oh, can't we finagle that somehow?
Right?
Come on, I know a guy. We can finagle it. Come on, even Chris. I wish I'd have known that. So you're D5, but you got a guy going to Kent. You got a kid going to BG. It's not, I don't want to say it's uncommon, but that's neat where you can get like a handful of of kids that have that height and that weight and that skill set, and that I'm sure that makes your job a little bit easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, but it's also been a challenge because we told the kids and talking to people in the Fairless community, like Ted Provost went and played at Ohio State, Hunter Wells played at Youngstown State. Like we've had players go play at the next level, but to the Fairless community's knowledge, we've never had two kids go D1 at the same time. So it shows our younger kids, our community, our youth football kids that, hey, you can get there from here, number one. But number two, as we found out in the summer in scrimmages, like, hey, now you have a target on your back where we would play people that had D1 kids. And, I think the opposing team always plays their best against those guys because they want to prove that I can play against this guy. Well, now it's role reversal. So we've talked about how are you going to protect your teammates? How are you going to rise to the challenge? So it's also something that we've had to look at differently from inside our locker room. But it is all positive for, like you said, a school of our size. It's very uncommon to have two guys like that, but it's really cool for our program and school and community.
Oh, no doubt. And you can build off of that. And then, some of the youngsters in and around the area in the school district say, hey, look, I want to be that guy someday. And then they start working hard and talking to their friends, and how that's how that works. And especially, high school, I still believe, even though things have changed a little bit, I still believe the high school football is like it's the purest form of what it's supposed to be. And that's neat because, okay, you may have this situation this year in 2026, but moving forward, it may happen like more than it did in the past. And that's great for the program.
Yeah, absolutely. And we told those guys, there are always eyes on you. And someone tomorrow is going to be at Sandy Valley that's never seen those guys play, and they'll never go to a Fairless game again. So like when people leave, how are you going to be remembered? Like, were you first class? Did we play the right way with minimal penalties and play hard and be great teammates? Like, forget about all the other stuff, but did you play the game the right way and represent our school and community and program with first class? That's what we really talk about.
AJ Sarbaugh is our guest, head football coach of the Fairless Falcons. We got the Cardinals and the Falcons on the call tomorrow night on Q92, beginning with the pregame at 6:45. Looking forward to that. You mentioned about your schedule, 5 away in a row last year. This year, 5 in a row at home. Do you like that? Do you dislike that? Would you look for more of a happy medium? I know scheduling is as difficult as it ever is, but what's your take on that, and how do you approach that, knowing that you're going to be in your own backyard like for more than a month in a row?
Well, last year it was 43 days in a row without a home game. We didn't have a home game in September, and I would not wish that on my worst enemy. I mean, by the time we got on the bus for Triway, I was exhausted of getting on a bus. And I could just tell our kids were. So I think you'd rather probably have a happy medium with a couple in a row at home, 1 on the road. But I'd rather have 5 in a row and 6 at home than 5 and 5 or 4 and 6. So we'll take it how we get it. And we're looking forward to the opportunity. And I think our kids are just really, really excited to get to play at home this year. So I don't think that we'll get complacent with 5 in a row at home.
No, it's such a neat place and a great atmosphere. It's a lot of fun just for the Fairless fans. Talking about that stretch, you're going to be home Waynedale, Claymont, Tusky Valley, Orville, Triway, one right after the other. So you got a lot of good stuff to look forward to there. Speaking of Fairless, and you guys have had a lot of changes there, school, buildings, athletics, renovations. If you could kind of maybe get us up to speed on everything and how cool it is now and what everything looks like.
Yeah. So in 2023, we moved into the new school. We have air conditioning now. We have an auxiliary gym. We have a brand new gym, brand new auditorium. They turfed the football field in 2019. We got a new baseball field in 2022. Over by the elementary. And we just redid the weight room. They dedicated that yesterday. Obviously facility-wise, but we've got new signage and we have new shot and disc pits. So that's something that I think our administration has taken a lot of pride in the community that we've really been trying to update. And it's crazy. It's a college thing, but now it's a high school thing too. It's a facilities race. And we're just trying to give our kids the best opportunity to be successful.
We had Coach Carle on from Sandy earlier in the game, or in the show, and I asked him about what his opening night game day routine would look like. I'll ask you the same thing. What's tomorrow look like when that alarm clock goes off?
I'm gonna get up. I usually lay my clothes out the night before because I don't leave Fairless once we get down here. Then tell the kids goodbye in the morning because I won't see them till 7 o'clock at night.
Yep.
Double check shirt and tie and vest. Can't leave anything.
That's right.
And then run through McDonald's for a Coke in the morning.
All right.
And then school, work on the game plan, finish that up. And then the coaching staff usually gets a bite to eat someplace after school, and then come back and get on the bus and head over to Sandy.
Ready to go. All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. I love the first night of high school football, the first weekend, because you don't know. There's surprises. There's games you absolutely think you know what's going to happen, and you don't. And I know you guys are both going to be well prepared and ready to knock heads tomorrow night. We're looking forward to doing the game, and should be a great night. Always appreciate you coming on, Coach AJ, and good luck. We'll see you tomorrow night, okay?
Thanks for having us, Sam. There's nothing better than when you cover our games, so we're really excited and looking forward to having you tomorrow.
Appreciate you, man. You got it. We'll see you tomorrow. AJ Sarbaugh, head football coach of the Fairless Falcons. We got him tomorrow night against Sandy Valley, 7 o'clock over on our sister station, Q92. We'll take our final break of the show. We'll come back. We'll throw a couple things at you and start to wrap things up here. 1310 WDPN.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them: epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
Yeah. You know what? I like the players. No diggity. No.
1310 WDPN. Welcome back to the show. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutos until the end of the show. Tomorrow, again, live broadcast at 3 from Sandy Valley. Friday afternoon, live broadcast from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium as we are in it. We're ready to go. High school football 2026. Obviously, we get the big 3-hour show the next couple of days. Looking forward to that. We got some great guests coming on. Renzi Parnell's going to be on tomorrow. Drew Sarakman's going to join us tomorrow. B. Beatty's going to join me tomorrow for a little bit before our broadcast. We are looking forward to it. Sam Bourquin Show poll question of the day. Just try to get your opinion. What do you think about high school football being played on Thursday nights? You like it? Don't like it? Hate it? You live with it? You're okay with it? You're used to it? Get those comments in on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel and, of course, all of our social media platforms.
It's Scooter check-in before Coach came on. He says, I like the 7:30 starts for football. Tough on working families with kids to get there from dinner and have to get to the game before 7.
See?
Some of those words were in the comment. My brain, I totally butchered it. But
7:30.
I got the gist of it.
I'm on a mission now. I found another person who agrees with me and wants 7:30 kickoff.
Yeah, you got me and Scooter so far.
No, I got a third.
Okay, cool. You got 3 people.
Guess who it is?
Christian.
Nope. We just talked to him.
Oh, AJ Sarbaugh.
That's right. He likes 7:30 kickoffs.
Who doesn't?
Let's go.
Keller says it would be hard to get it set up for this season, though, like moving everything back. But I think next season, totally
I'm not
feasible.
talking about this year.
Yeah.
But next year.
Next season?
I'm gonna write a letter to the OHSA. A nice, friendly letter.
Dear OHSA, here's why you are wrong. Here are my bullet points as to why your bullet points are dumb.
Well, here's the other thing. High school basketball now, the JV games are starting at 5. Well, they did last year too. Starting at 5:30. So the varsity basketball games, we've had a couple of occasions last year. We started the game before 7 o'clock.
We did.
So I'm just kind of curious. I mean, I don't mind it. I don't mind that because it's wintertime. And I guess I'd rather get home earlier in the winter than I would like late summer and fall.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's just kind of me.
Because the later it gets in the wintertime, the colder it gets.
Yeah, and
that.
But so what I'm trying to think about when I was in high school, long time ago. But we were in no hurry to go home. We were in no hurry. Like,
God, no.
If the game ended, we were probably going somewhere else after the game.
Yeah, if you could avoid going home at any point, that was always the mission.
And whether it was to the local Mickey D's or we were going to somebody's house after the game, whatever. And I gotta believe kids are kind of still the same. Like, oh my God, I gotta get home by 10. I think that's a bunch of bunk, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I don't know if kids today want to get home in general so they can hop on their devices and talk to each other.
I don't know, but aren't you hanging out with kids after the games? Don't they still do that?
No, I think they literally go home to hang out. They hang out online.
Okay, I'm getting old.
I had to say that because I knew I'd get that reaction.
Yeah. All right, that'll do it. We are out of time. Thanks to Rainsburg. Great job as usual. Thanks to my guest today, Torrance Carle from Sandy Valley, AJ Sarbaugh from Farrell's. Hey, I want to thank Matt Corrali for hopping on with us for a couple of minutes today. One of our voices, play-by-play football voices on Q92. Thanks to everybody for commenting and calling and emailing and texting and interacting with us. You know we love it.
And mowing.
Yes, and mowing. I'm not mowing that. I'm going swimming tonight. I'm not mowing the yard. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Until we meet tomorrow, 3 o'clock live from Sandy Valley. And as always, don't forget now, go Bucks, go Browns, go Guards, go Cavs. Have a great night, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow as we kick off high school football.